To all my underground crate collectors.
My money looking right, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, yeah, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. Yeah, my money looking right, yeah, my money looking right. I'm fresh, my money looking right. Dang, it's like my fucking life's fading. Trying to find hope in this light that I'm blazing. My time was amazing in the days when I was praying and good things was happening. But I done slept on the Lord, the devil's back again. And he want revenge for the times when I was slacking. And so I'm back in the kitchen whipping, cracking, in position, my mission. Listen, no riffing, trying to stack and whip. Hey, I'm coming at you on some real shit. Main aim on this track, make my niggas feel shit. My baby moms don't respect a nigga grinding. I ain't talking grinding dimes, I'm talking reciting rhymes. And I'm just trying to survive, do right by my son. Cause if you live by the knife, you might die by the gun. And shit, I'm trying to let my baby boy know just how much I love him, he will never know. So hey, money looking right, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, yeah, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, yeah, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right.
So Ricky Burns turns down a $400,000 offer to fight Adrian Broner.
You know what? When it came to Adrian Broner and Ricky and Ricky Burns, I said that's why I said they don't want that fight. They don't care how much money. They're not gonna face him. They don't care how much money. They're not gonna face him. I mean, it's just like it will just be the death of your career. DeMarco, I don't see how DeMarco's recovering from the beating Adrian put on him. and anyone he faces, he's in his prime, right? And he's not even in his prime. And he's destroying anyone in his wake. It's like more, or I'm not saying he's like some hurricane or something. If Ricky Burns, people know that if Ricky Burns face him, that's the end of their money machine. It's the end of them making money, everything. And I don't think doesn't matter how much they will not face him. Yeah. That's how I see it.
I was looking at Adrian Broner. Where was he? He was just passing for a commentary broadcast on the weekend on one of the fights. And he is so thick. His body is just like, he's like a sawn off. I know what I mean. It's like his neck and everything. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how he's managed to pack so much muscle into that weight category. You know what I mean? He is a threat. He's definitely a threat. And he's got skills as well. So I can see why they didn't take the offer, you know?
Yeah. It's not prudent. How do you see it, Apollo?
I love the word you just used, prudent, and you know, in terms of what Beats was saying, he's saying how, you know, he's surprised at how much muscle he's packed in. I think Bruno, like certain guys are just, they've got that natural talent. They're just on a different level. So I think that's what it is with him, and they're nervous. I think that's what it is. They're not. I'm a bit surprised because I'm reading an article now. Burns' best purse is 120 grand. He got 120 against Kevin Mitchell, and he's turning down. So it's look, to me, the only reason fights don't get made is because one side doesn't believe they can win. Yeah, that's all it is.
Of course.
You know, so that's all I can say. That's all I've got to say on the subject. They don't believe they can win, so they're not going to do it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually not going to curse Ricky Burns out. I think he's smart. I actually think he's smart.
And so just to add quickly, and in this situation, you know, I know some people say, oh, he's ducking Broner, but I mean, it's hard to, when you're in the situation yourself, if you look at a guy, so if you're Ricky Burns and you're looking at Broner like, you know what, I don't think I can beat this guy. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to put yourself in this situation or just leave. So I'm not going to say he's ducking. I'm just going to like, you know what, at least you're honest enough. At least you're not delusional and go in there and then say, oh, I lost because training kept. You know what? If that's the case, at least you're honest enough not to do it. I just hope you know, I will be so happy if he just says it though. If he just says, obviously he won't. But
no, he won't because he can't as a boxer. If he's going to sell any more fights, he can't come out and say, well, I'm not going to take the fight on because I don't believe he can beat him. Because even his fans in Scotland will be saying, well, that's not very warrior-like, Ricky. How are we going to support you? And you say, at least just hold it down. Take your little 125,000 purses you're getting for defending your lightweight belt and just carry on. It's normal, you know what I mean? Carry on.
The thing is, I seen he's ducked him twice now. He ducked him twice. He ducked him at super featherweight, and super featherweight. And now he's ducked him at the lightweight division. Each time, Broner was the #1 guy for his belt. He vacated the belt to move up to lightweight to duck Broner. Now Broner's in the division. He's got a belt. Now he's looking for unification, and he's still ducking him. I mean, end of the day, criticism will be dropping on Ricky Burns, whether he can withstand the criticism. I mean, he's all the way in Scotland.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People saying, "Oh, you don't want to fight him," but the Scottish fans, I don't think they probably care about.
They don't care. They don't care.
Nah, but it's only when he gets out of his little bubble in Scotland when he comes to America, he'll get burned. And eventually, if you're looking to make the big purses, really big purses, you have to come out and fight in the States. So, and that, obviously they have to do that. I mean, what they probably might be thinking of doing is waiting for Broner to go up to 140 and then pop their heads out the hole and come to America.
Yeah.
Right? Even then, you're still going to get criticism because you've got people like Gary Russell Jr. on your back coming up. You see, you can't get away from it. you can't get away from it. And American networks, as we right know, they're very powerful, HBO and Showtime, and they will force you to make the big fights. See someone like, you can criticize people like Nathan Cleverly, all right, going to the States, not getting no fights, but he's there starving. Even though he's a world champion, he's in the States trying to look for a fight. Ricky Burns has got fights laid out on his doorstep, yeah? Even maybe Broner, you'd maybe come to Scotland, I'm not too sure, or possibly not. That's probably why they might put a bit more incentive and money in it.
Yeah.
But Ricky Burns, and I said this already, like, it's like, end of the day, he's the pride of Scotland right now. They're in a good thing. And if they lose Ricky Burns, there's nothing else going on for years. There's no one else coming up.
Yeah.
They want to ride the wave as long as possible. But the thing is, Ricky Burns, to be honest with you, he can continue fighting guys a bit smaller than him and keep winning. And to be honest with you, if boxing's just about guys' money and prize fighting, then why not? Why not? The only thing is, obviously they say it will be like, how come you didn't fight certain people at your prime? Ricky will probably eat that. Ricky will eat that. He'll like, well, they didn't offer me enough money and it wasn't right and this and that and this and that. But guys will be all right. They don't put as much pressure on Ricky Burns as they put on Broner. You see, if it was the other way around, Broner, they'd be screaming.
Yeah, they would be. Yeah, they would be.
You know what I'm saying?
That's because he's cocky, though.
Yeah, not even you. It's more than cocky. It's more to do with how people favor their favoritism. Broner's the bad guy. Ricky Burns the good guy. Right? You're the bad guy. They just anything you do, they just hate it. Right? Ricky Burns a good guy, and they say that. And to be honest with the networks and Sky Sports, they're probably like, boy, if you want to fight him, it's up to you. We're not forcing on you. They talked about it in Sky Sports. They had Broner come on Sky Sports on the last fight with the Khan.
Oh, yeah.
Come out, offered him out. So now Broner's actually backwards. He's offered him out on Sky Sports. Said, I want Broner. I want Burns. But you understand, he's on Box Network. You see, he's on Box Nation. You see, right? And Box Nation rolled differently. And Frank Warren probably knows they're thinking cash cow's going to get taken out because you got to understand, Ricky Burns gets stadiums. Like, I don't know, he opened up stadiums there. Everyone's getting eaten.
Yeah.
Bring Broner over, he takes your shit away, takes your champion away. And then what do you do? How do you recover from a beating? Like, DeMarco will never be the same.
Yeah.
Ricky Burns will never be the same.
Yeah, it fucks up his whole franchise, basically. And what you have to realize, it's not a new thing in British boxing. Like, Henry Cooper's manager, is it Jim Wicks? He said, I wouldn't let Henry on the same street as Sonny Liston. That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not a new thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure that Ricky's ducking. I think his management have said, look, Ricky's not going to bullshit you. He'll tell you it's a dangerous fight. Get a couple of defenses, couple of fights between the winter and the spring, and maybe summer or the end of 2013, the Broner fight might have to be made. They're not making that fight. But by that time, they'll be wanting $1 million or something.
Nah, they want Broner. They'll be looking to Broner for moving up. You see, Broner's already big at the weight. And Broner's there's only a couple of things Broner can do at that weight division. So Broner's looking for some unification. But he beat the best in the division. But let's get it right. DeMarco's like the best in the division, right? Best in the division. Everyone knows that. So Ricky Burns has got his WBO, but it's a fringe world title anyway, right? That's probably where they got it because usually when you got the WBO, the challenges are not too hot. That's why Frank Warren likes his fighters getting a world belt, but not necessarily being tested too much, right? But unification bout only makes sense if they know they can win. They won't do that, and they'll keep away from him. And Ricky and the Broner will move up, and Ricky will come to America, and that's how I see that playing out. Not necessarily if it happens, that happens that way. I mean, I'm not predicting it, but I feel that that's the way they're trying to do. They just don't make no sense. He's having a nice Christmas. He beat a weak challenger in Kevin Mitchell. I mean, he's beating guys that he's bigger and stronger over, but against Broner, it's like, nah, that's a whole new different level.
Oh, yeah.
Whole new different level, you know? Yeah. So that's how I see that.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to see it happen, but I mean, it's like I said, it's a lot harder when you're on the receiving end. You know, you can't just stick the stuff, the fans' attitude. See, they're not a member of the team. If they're a member of the team where their money's at stake, and so I basically understand, you know.
Yeah.
So
because there's investors in Ricky Burns and everything. It's a franchise, like that. They're massive over Scotland. Like when he fights, there's cooks. I don't know, chefs, porters. Yeah. You know, getting paid. You know what I mean?
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Stewards. It's feeding people. Like the local shops when people are coming to the stadium. You know what I mean? It's an event.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, people have to. I mean, it's jobs. There's jobs at stake. If his franchise crashes, and it wouldn't be so bad if it was if they were so like projecting a loss for the risk to reward factor, and they say, okay, he might lose a tight points decision. No, he might get knocked the fuck out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, you know, that last fight, look at the way Broner took him apart.
Yeah.
You know, as you said, he may very well do damage, you know?
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, we're talking about a month, though. By the time the fight comes around, you don't know how much better Broner might become. So, this all the sort of stuff that they'll put. Because like I say, but listen, whatever I've said about Powell and Warren, you will never ever, correct me, you'll never hear me say that they don't know boxing, that they don't, you know, these guys have been in the sport for decades, so I'll never ever try and dispute that.
Yeah.
So they know that, they've seen it come and go, you know, they've seen all the young, generation, you know, all these Nigel Benn and all these guys, so they know when you look at someone like Broner. I mean, look, when I was in all these guys that you see, I remember when I saw Silva Alvarez, and this is the thing, what you said about the size, I looked at him, and it's like, I don't know if he's as tall as me, but he's like, the amount of muscle he had on him.
Yeah.
And I was like, comparing this guy to some, like he's like 21, 22. And I said, all right, let me compare him to these Thomas Stalker and these guys. Now these guys, same age, they're just Olympic standard. That's it. Him, he's just destroying these Mosleys and these. So that's the way they're gonna look at Broner. Like, you know, this guy's like, he's like a lion. It's just like, you know what, all we've got is a hyena. So you know what, let's just not allow it, you know. So
it's not good business.
The thing is, you fingers this. People, what they don't understand is that there are people like Jim Watt and Ken Buchanan, how they remember is who they fought and how they fought them. The Ken Buchanan who fought Jarrett Bojan, and Scottish fans obviously, if they watch that, they might say, he got done, but hard by. But they love the idea he fought one of the greatest. Then you go down to what's his name again? The guy that's not Ken B. What's the other guy? Jim Watt. Everyone knows he fought Alexio Aguayo. That's how he's remembered.
The other day you said Ricky is the second best fighter behind Ken Buchanan. No, Jim Watt is the second.
But you see the thing is, no. You see that's what they're saying, right? But what I'm saying is now is that you're remembered from who you fought and how you fought them. That's how people remember you for ages. Like people can gun Frank Bruno, but you know easily you remember Frank Bruno against Lennox Lewis, against one of the all-time great heavyweights ever of all time, or against Mike Tyson. Because he fought everyone. You can say what you want to say, Frank got lost. But he fought the very best. Yep. And in the way he fought them, the fashion he fought them, he didn't necessarily embarrass himself comparing some of the heavyweights we see these days. No, and now it's always great.
Put on the show.
But what I'm saying to you is that you want to be considered and remembered. You remember the way you went out. Because if DeMarco comes back now and unifies the whole division after Broner goes back, because DeMarco, what they might think, they might want to fight DeMarco now. You see, this is what I'm going to say to you. Ricky Burns can't get away from it now. The network want to make you fight one of the greatest. So it's who you're rubbed up against. Now, if Broner's going to be an all-time great, which everyone's seen like his skill set, and the guy, especially he's fighting against the very best in the lightweight division, then you want to fight him, regardless of anything. As a fighter, you want to fight the very best. Regardless if you win or lose, you want to fight the best. And that's how people remember you.
I don't think Ricky. This is why Ricky shouldn't fight him, right?
You got go on. Yeah.
Just a couple of years back, Ricky was losing to the likes of that Carl Johansson, and he lost a few fights at domestic level. He's overachieving right now. Why should he just throw away that to fight? Broner's a pound for pound contender. Why should he just jump in the ring with a pound for pound contender? And he's not even clearing $500,000, 400,000 he's getting.
Because that's how you're remembered.
He's overachieving at the moment.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's how you're remembered. Like, look, end of the day, like all of them, like we talk to a lot of British fighters who never made it on the world scene. They would have loved to bite off their left arm or tear off their left arm to fight one of the all-time greats, because that's how you're remembered. Like we talked the other day, Francois Popo, and when Marco Antonio Barrera came over, right, and then he fought one of the English guys instead of him. He would have loved to fight him, because then you would remember that fight, regardless if we won or lose. You'd remember that fight.
Yeah.
All right, we got knocked out, but it would just be a talking topic, not just one of them fighters who just came and who's that fighter? What's his name? Yeah, it was
Johnny Armour, was it?
Yeah, Johnny Armour. But but you kind of remember the guys. Oh yeah, I remember Johnny Armour. You remember who he fought against. You kind of remember, like back in the days, I used to know all of Mike Tyson's opponents, every one of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them, I used to remember all their names, every one of them, and that's how people. That's how the fans remember. You look, it goes back to the day when Joe Louis fought the Welsh boy Tommy Farr, right? And people remember that shit. They remember how his performance was. That's how people were remembered. You know, Joe Kazagi. And fighting the Bernard Hopkins and this and that, and it's a shame to Joe Kazagi that he didn't fight these guys at their peak, yeah. But people still have a craze. So you can get away with you beating them, but you never fought them in their primes.
But
now,
then
fighting
again,
guys in their primes has something to do with your character and what your people's about. Catching people when they're a bit off. You know what I mean? When you think, I can take them now, they're a bit weak. I mean, time means everything. But fighting people in their prime and in their peak, people love that shit. That's the talking top. That's why boxing is the sport he is. Like, we can go straight down to Leonard and Hearns, Hagler, Duran. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They all fought each other fairly in there. They fought each other in their peaks, man. When they're up and coming and when they're established and in their peaks. That's why they're being remembered. As long as humans are on the earth, they're remembered.
But in my opinion, Joe Calzaghe, I can't give him much props for the Roy Jones win. But the Bernard Hopkins, he beat Kelly Pavlik, and he beat Pascal twice. Yeah. He got robbed one fight. That's Joe's. You know what I mean? Joe, I think.
Yeah, but still, I know that, but I understand that. But you talk to the average layman, they don't give him no props. They won't give him no credit. They still won't. Yeah. And even when he's long and retired, you got people like Ward still calling him out. Like if let's say, man, then when you're retired. Man, leave you alone. That man can't rest in his bed. Yeah, he can't rest in his bed. Nassim Hamid can't sleep properly in his bed either. Because people can still, he did this, that. But when
he never really beat a top level.
Yes, exactly. And when he fought against top guy, he struggled with Kevin Kelly. But Kevin Kelly was he only lost once before that, yeah? But Kevin Kelly was knocked out previously in that fight. Yeah. And Nassim Hamid was timing. But after that, Nassim Hamid shied away from any of the other big, dangerous names in the division. Any of the big names.
At least he did try to beat Barrera. At least he attempted.
No, yeah, I understand that, but what I'm saying to you is that in the day, it's the way he went out, bro. That's what people remember. He went out bad, man. He went out bad. It's the way, you know what I mean? He went out really bad, and that you know, it makes you rock and roll in your bed. That's all it does. It's like all your achievements don't mean shit.
So what's going to happen to Floyd and Manny Pacquiao's legacy if they don't fight each other? Is that
it's already dead.
The legacy. He's talking about the legacy. The legacy.
No, I know. No. Wait, no, it's too late anyway. Even if they do fight.
That's not.
Even if they do fight, everyone's just, no matter what happens in the fight, everyone's just going to say it was a letdown. If they fought back in the day, it would have been 10 times better. No matter what happens. If they let me go through the options. If they have like a close, to me, Floyd's going to beat him regardless now, yeah? So if Floyd beats him on points, they'll say, oh, if it was back in the day, it would have been a lot more exciting. If Floyd knocks him out, they'll say, Marquez has already knocked him. You know, so it's gone. So what I'm saying, so when I don't think the fight will happen, but even if Floyd goes ahead and fights him, when like 10, 15 years, when people look back on it, they'll be like, you know what, that fight's messed up. They're not it's gone. I mean, do you agree with that or?
No. You see the thing about boxing and then things that like the Pacquiao. Look, see when Mayweather fought Cotto. In my opinion, Cotto was shot a long time ago. But people try to tell you, people try to make you believe that Cotto's still good. And I knew when he went to get Austin Trout, he was done up, yeah. But the fans, they're so loyal. they'll believe that he's still good. I knew he was going to lose against a Trout. I don't know how many other people, right? And it's even though like they're not as good as the other, Pacquiao's he's only got knocked out, but his performances, are not been as good. But he's fighting elite competition. You got to understand, and he's fighting quite regular. So eventually, you're going to start to wilt. Now, like Floyd takes gaps and stuff like that. But I think the fight was still sell. It just wouldn't be as big as it was before. But it will still sell. It's not done. Like you can still Floyd could salvage anyone. I'm telling you, Floyd the type of person, he can pick anyone out of anyone, and try and make it a big fight. The fans might criticize him, but when the fight gets going, it's like the Marquez and Pacquiao fight. Everyone was like gunning that fight. Why are they fighting again? Why are they fighting number 4? Is there saying people? Anyone saying anything now? No,
well, I agree with you. I think people overestimate how big deal a loss. I think, like Bob Arum was saying, a loss isn't that. Even if you get knocked out devastatingly, it doesn't write you off. I mean,
nah, it doesn't.
Look, he was nearly on the verge of winning the fight himself when he got knocked out, and it was an exciting fight.
That's right.
Right? There's still life in Pacquiao's career, believe it or not. Yeah, there is, and I don't agree with what you were saying. This is why I don't agree with what you're saying, Apollo. You're saying that if it happened years back, it would have had more appeal. Pacquiao has been struggling since he got beaten by Morales with technical fighters. It's going to be a big event regardless, Pacquiao has always had trouble with that counter-punching style. So it's nothing new. It's nothing new. And that fight is going to revive especially in the Philippines, they need something to grip after that. That shook them to their foundations. They rely on Pacquiao like a baby relies on, his mother's breast. I know it's a bit of a foul analogy, but that's the truth. That fight has mileage. Pacquiao's fans everywhere, man, and if he can beat Floyd, and even if they can have that thought that he could possibly do it, they'll run with that, and it will sell. It will sell, and the television networks as well. HBO, they want to see Pacquiao get back on top.
Listen, Pacquiao's like in the terms of like Roberto Duran, right? In that sort of thing where Roberto Duran in the no match fight, he lost against Leonard and he gave up, right? Yeah. And the Panaman fans they cussed him. The next fight he goes in against the undefeated what's his name? The undefeated guy from New York.
Not Davey Moore.
Yeah, Davey Moore.
Okay.
Look, he goes against the undefeated Davey Moore, right? And then he goes against him and he puts on a great film and stops him and beats him. Right? Then he goes up, then he beats Iron Blade Bartley, and we can continue. So it's like, you're as good as your last fight with Pacquiao. You're good as your last fight.
And speaking of Duran, look how he got knocked out against her. Basically the same knockout. They both went down flat on their face.
And look at that.
And he came back.
Another 2. Exactly. That's what it is.
And he was quite old, and they said he was past it. When he fought Davey Moore, they said he was past it.
Yes,
and he beat him. So, the chapter isn't finished. In my opinion, I think Floyd will put the final nail in his coffin. But that's theory. Boxing doesn't work on theory. We have to see it happen.
Yeah,
we have to see it happen. And as for
you guys are saying you think the fight will still happen, Mayweather with Pacquiao?
Yeah, I think it will now.
Say Floyd sparks him out. I believe the way Marquez got him with an overhand right, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who throws counter rights like Floyd does? So I'm calling Floyd to knock him out.
Yeah.
If Floyd knocks him out, first of all, do you think Floyd will knock him out? And if he does, what's going to happen to Pacquiao's legacy?
I don't think Floyd's going to knock him out like that, personally. I think Floyd's going to puff him up and he'll get pulled out by about the 10th or 11th. I don't think Pacquiao will be able to come out for about the 10th or 11th.
I see that fight. I feel that fight. It depends what Floyd's going. But you got to understand, his last comments to Pacquiao was like, "I hope Pacquiao's well to his family." So Floyd's showing a more respectful attitude towards him. And when Floyd does that, to be honest with you, he's not looking to punish him. He might just make a big payday and both of them get over and done with, and that's it. When he's got animosity towards you, then he wants to beat the fuck out of you, bro. You know what I mean? But maybe he's not showing that towards Pacquiao since he's last been knocked out. So I don't think so. I think he'll probably go the distance and Floyd is beat on a landslide points decision. This is what I'm saying. It depends on what Floyd comes to work. You see, if Floyd's pissed off, boy, you're in trouble. But if he's all right with you, like he was all right with Cotto, then boy, he'll go a distance and a landslide. If he's upset with you, like Victor Ortiz, boy, then you're in trouble. So it depends what Floyd turns up. It's not really about what Pacquiao turns up, because Floyd's got the beating him anything he does. Anything he does, he's got the beating him, because you see the way he handled Marquez, and look what Marquez done to Pacquiao, and that's over, and that's a wrap. In that shirt, it's a wrap. But then stars make fights and
until it actually happens in the ring.
Yeah, but Floyd's adaptable to every style. Like he's in pressure fight, any fighter, box you, everything. He can do everything. You know
Pacquiao can't look. Any Pacquiao fans watching this, look, I've watched boxing a long time. Manny will not be able to outbox Floyd. It's just not, or outfight him. It's not going to happen. He's going to have to rely on one punch and maybe stagger him and then throw a flurry or just take him out in one punch. That's the only chance he has. Yeah, that's the only chance, and that's the truth of it. He's not going to outbox Floyd, you know. And but it still has mileage. I'm just wondering what Ricky's alternative opponents are going to be now. Who's he going to fight now after he's turned down 400,000 and he's only getting? Did you say his previous biggest purse was 120,000+?
Yeah.
So what's he going to do now?
I mean, he can fight anyone, like, really.
Yeah, he can.
He'll fight anyone. I mean, Scotland, they'll just build it up. They'll just lie. You think they're not going to lie? You think ranking? Because look at how long he's gone without a fight. Come on, you guys. I don't need to tell you. He'll just say something vague. We respect Broner. We're impressed. But obviously, given out how active Broner is, we thought that we need a couple more fights before we get round to that fight. And these fans, they're not gonna. No one's gonna argue. Yeah, they'll say, "Oh, okay, let's watch these fights," and so that's my answer to that.
But what about Ricky himself? What about Ricky? Because if I don't think Ricky turned the fight down. I think his advisors and Frank Warren turned the fight down. But what about Ricky? Ricky's gonna they ain't got no confidence in me. They don't think I can actually, because all fighters deep down they believe they're the best. Ricky probably believes in himself that he could do something against Broner. So isn't that going to hurt his confidence that they don't have no confidence that he could do the job?
No. You got to understand the relationship between Ricky and his trainers and his people, and that he believes so heartily in his trainers, and they've done so. He never believed he was even be in this position. He's just overwhelmed. He's like a kid, literally like a kid there. He's so happy. A kid in Christmas. He's so happy that he's a world champion. He's having the best time ever. And what I'm saying to you is that he's just gonna let them decide whatever they want if they want ever. But you ask the fighter, he'll say, "Yeah, I'll fight anyone." But if you ask his management, it's like we'll see. We have to make sure the money.
Exactly.
This is what I'm trying. This is what you do. This is what's happening here, right? That's why I'm saying that fight won't happen. Ricky will tell you that the management will say, "Well, we'll see. We have to see this and that and this and that." You know what I mean? And basically they don't want it, right? And that's it, right? It's no one's saying directly they don't want it, but that's what it is, and that's where that fight's going.
What is it? You know what Beats asked? Like Beats said, what's he gonna do to Ricky's confidence? Well, what is, from what I understand, from what people told me, when they say boxing politics, this is the way they approach Ricky. Like Frank and Dean, they're not gonna go up to him and say like, we know you can't beat him, so we're not gonna. They'll just go up to him all sly. They'll just be like, we're working on it, but you know what, champ? It's taken us longer than we thought it would. They'll just say stuff. They'll say, Richard Schaefer's trying to mess us about. So listen, look, we got you this fight in the meantime. Do that, and we'll try and get it for you with Broner. That's what
Great answer. You're exactly right. I mean, great.
Me, I'm stating the facts, and it's not me talking. That's.
You know what you answered there? You know what you just said there? It reminds me of what Mick told Rocky when they wasn't bums, they was good fighters, but they wasn't killers. This guy's gonna kill you. You've been protected. It's true that because they hid it from Rocky that look, it's not that you shouldn't fight Apollo, but you're gonna get knocked out. But they hid it from him. They gave it, and Rocky was shocked that they wasn't giving him the top of the line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what Ricky, exactly. That's what Ricky
yeah.
These guys, they might not even necessarily be aware.
No. But man called him out on Sky Sports after the Khan. The Khan fight is the last fight of the year, right? Everyone's sitting down watching that. Let's sit down and watch the Khan fight. So he's probably sitting there watching the Khan fight. Trust me. And like everyone else in the pub. And then all of a minute, After the fight, and you see this guy. Oh, that's the guy, Ricky. Oh, Ricky, isn't that the guy you're supposed to fight? Oh, turn the volume up. Yeah, man. Everyone... and he Adrian Broder calling him out. Now his fans, all his fans will be telling him, yeah, go and fight him. Ricky, go and fight. See, he moves with his fans, yeah? His fans will be telling him to fight him. He'll talk to his management and they say, we'll see, Ricky. We'll see in the new year. Right? And that's what will be happening, bro. That thing. Ricky like, well, I like to fight him. I want to fight him. And then you see if Ricky's getting pressured. If Ricky gets pressured, then that fight will happen because Ricky won't be able to sleep in his bed. But right now, like I said, he's having a cruise. He's having a great time. As far as he's concerned, he fought the great Kevin Mitchell. I'm serious, bro. He fought the great Kevin Mitchell.
You see, that would have been a good British title fight. That's not a good world title fight, is it? Let's be truthful.
That's what the thing will sell you, because Box Nation, they will sell you that. They will make you sell you that. They will try and make you sell something. Yeah. Well, that's the other day we was watching Enzo Makaneki versus what's his name again?
Ovil McKenzie.
And they were trying to make us believe that that Enzo was coming back in that fight and he would have knocked out Thingy. You know what I mean? They will make you believe their propaganda is so terrible. They will try and make you believe anything.
Yeah, well, they sold us the Box Nation fight with Audley and David Price.
That annoyed you, innit?
Yeah, it really did. I made several videos.
You know why it annoys you, and it annoys the public and most of the YouTube people, right? It should do anyway. It's because they're insulting your intelligence.
Yeah,
they do it. They do it on a regular basis. Especially with Steve Bunce, and he's always laughing. They insult your intelligence so many times that to watch them it's like you want to throw something at the screen. You have to turn the commentary off when you're listening to their fighters.
It's that Steve Lillis who really done my head in.
All of that. It's not the whole crew. It's not just one. It's they're all on it. They're all on it. And they're all on it. And you see them jump on Channel 5 with Bunce and then you had what's his name again? Frank Maloney and Tim Witherspoon. It's bad. It's bad. You can't. Them people. I don't know who let them out the asylums, mate. You need to. You need to rein them in. They need to be reined in. That's why we do our own commentary anyway.
Well.
Yeah.
Ricky's gonna get some stick. You know what I mean? On the YouTube columns and the website columns, he's in for some stick.
I don't think so. I think they go easy on him. They're leaving Ricky. They ask Ricky politely. England don't really go at him like that. America's terrible. They force you into stuff, you know. But Adam Smith is one of them people. But like again, he's not on the Box Network. He's not on Sky Sports. If it was on Sky Sports, you see people like Johnny Nelson and Adam Smith, they will force you in that, right? They'll force it in there. Right, but thingy in the Box Nation, it doesn't work like that. Frank controls the whole atmosphere. Frank controls the air they breathe. Nothing jumps unless Frank wants it to, and that's not happening. That's not happening.
Well, I don't want to throw dirt on Frank Warren, but some of his undercards and even some of the main events have been garbage, man.
Terrible. It's terrible. People.
Which main events are you talking about?
Some of the few I've seen, like David Price's last two fights have been.
Oh my days!
There hasn't been. The opponents like, all right, Skelton gave him a little bit of a fight. He wasn't supposed to. He's a 45-year-old man. You know what I mean? And Audley, and just some of the undercard fights that I've watched with Errol, I've just been underwhelmed. You know. I've been totally underwhelmed. Like, I don't know. They was trying to say that Billy Joe Saunders was a power puncher last week, and I'm thinking, who's he hit for you to make this assumption that he's a power puncher?
For me, I think the main thing it comes down to with Frank, basically, it's just a case of money. And what you say about these undercards, well, see, what it is, these guys are cheaper. It's cheaper to get these. That's what it is, you know.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, but this what I'm saying with Hopkins. But you know what? Once I start doing videos again, I'm going to do a video on Hopkins because I can't have, I don't want people to be thinking that Hopkins is ducking cleverly or whatever. It's just a case of if you want a fighter to fight with, they got to be paid. Now these younger guys like Junior Witter, I know Junior Witter's still. They said on Twitter, Frank hasn't paid me. Now when Junior Witter, that's Junior Witter. But someone like Bernard Hopkins is the sort of guy that's going to be like, if you want me to fight cleverly, I want a certain amount up front. Now, Frank hasn't given him enough, so that's why he's decided not to fight cleverly, fighting Cloud instead. You know.
So are you saying that
You understand?
Junior
You
Whittaker
understand?
hasn't got
you're
paid for
right.
the-
That's why.
That's why fights won't. It's like, look, how is it that Frank Warren, how is it that he's got Cleverly and Burns, and why is it that they're the two most duck fighters? It's not that they're ducks, it's just that the opponents are not being offered enough money.
Oh.
I mean, let's be real. It's not a case of, if you look at the most dangerous fighters in history, like if you look at like a prime Mike Tyson, let's just be real. They're not the sort of guys that you duck. It's not a case of people scared of them, but it's just money. That's what it comes down to, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Are you trying to say that Junior Whittaker hasn't got paid for the Frankie Gavin fight? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if it's still. I'm gonna try and get in touch with him, but let me just. I talk too quick sometimes. I'll tell you where I got it from. Not too long ago, he tweeted. He sent a tweet to Eddie Hearn, Dean Powell, and someone else, and he said he's going to make a formal complaint to the British Boxing Board of Control because he still hadn't got paid for the Gavin fight. So,
Okay.
So yeah, it was. If you go to his Twitter page, he should still be on there.
I was just going to make a joke.
But I will chase that up once I start getting in touch with people again. I'll, the thing, if you can't even pay someone like won't. If you won't pay someone like Witter, who, you get me, Hopkins is not a fool, you get me. Hopkins, that's what it is,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, you're right. Now you know what? That's really great insight you just laid out there, and this is why boxing. That's why certain matches going. But the thing is, with your empire, with Frank and his empire, is like they make strategic moves. Like when he had Chisora trying to fight, hey, it was a strategic move for money and for attention for his channel. And he thought subscription would go up, which it probably did a bit. But there's nothing other than that. There's nothing else going on. I mean, they have Golden Boy fights on their thing.
Yeah.
But what really they don't understand about Frank Warren is the presentation. You see, everything's about, for me as a watcher, it's all about presentation. And their presentation, because they don't put enough effort into the presentation, that's what happens. It's like bloody someone giving you a Christmas dinner, right?
Yeah.
And it's not. It doesn't look good. There's no special you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their presentation is terrible, right? And because they don't put much detail into their presentation, you're not buying it. If I look at Sky Sports, the presentation is sick. You know what I mean? It's laid out, and even that, the commentary is educational. Yeah, when you're watching it, you don't have to think. You just sit there, just think, wow, your mouth's open, and you're learning most of the time. Most of the fights on Sky Sports, I've never commentated over. I've never, hardly ever. If you notice, most of the fights you've been commentating over have been Box Nation fights.
Hey, and Chisora is Box Nation's biggest fight, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's their biggest fight.
Yeah,
So, So who's in charge right now? Channel 5, Box Nation, or Sky Sports?
Sky Sports. But Channel 5 are going to start gaining pretty soon. They're going to start catching up, I would say.
Channel 5 already. When you're a terrestrial channel, you're bigger than that little channel. And that's it. Channel 5 is big. You know what I mean? It's just big. James the girls just love it over there. You know what I mean? Just Channel 5. Don't pay nothing. It's a great. What boxing's happened even in America, right? Is it NBC? Not NBC. It's CBS. One of them channels. They're starting to come back on normal TV.
CBS, I think it was.
Yeah. So now certain people they're trying to win it out. So Frank Warren's thinking, what the heck here? I should have stayed with Sky Sports.
Yeah, but at the same time, right? Channel 5, yeah, it's terrestrial, but it's not the same as Ben Eubank, Ben versus McClellan, Watson versus Eubank, right? Because they had all they had to compete with them days was Sky Sports. So they was getting on 20 minute big viewing thing. Channel 5 hasn't got a reputation for boxing. How much people are actually watching Tyson Fury outpoint Kevin Johnson?
Let me say something, yeah. This is what you're missing the point. See, the Channel 5, yeah, is what they're doing. They have a heavyweight, right? Everyone loves the heavyweight division. That's their selling point. It's the heavyweight with Tyson Fury. And he's causing as much noise as possible. Whoever watched it, you're like, right, this guy's entertaining. The undercard, you have Chris Eubank Jr., and he's up and coming. And what they used to do in ITV is they build fighters. You see people grow in front of you. You see the Bens growing up.
Nassim Hamid.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what they're
doing.
doing. That's their format. You see their format. So we're learning and growing with Eubanks at the same time. So now we're becoming loyal fans. Every time Eubank fights on, we go watch it. My brother watches it. My brother doesn't even watch boxing, yeah? He goes, right, Eubank. Oh, that's Eubank's son. The name is sold already. It's Eubank. It's over. So their format is done. Now, what did Frank Warren tried to do, and he done with Joe Kawasaki, which is successful. He tries to build fighters, and Frank Warren had Ricky and Joe Kawasaki. He had all them fighters coming through, right? But he can't keep them, right? He can't keep Nassim Hamid. He had Nassim Hamid in the early days as well. What you need to do, you have exciting fighters who either knocking out guys or you feel like you're growing with them. On Box Nation, yeah, you have guys like James DeGale and them people. But you see, because of all the stuff what's happening to him, they keep leaving him. Frank can't keep anyone. Everything keeps slipping through his fingers. And all them big names, James DeGale's on Channel 5, and it'll keep going. Nathan Clevery will probably leave him as well because he's got so much things going on, and he's getting older. He can't concentrate, and his sons seem like they're donuts. You see the thing about Barry Hearn, you gotta understand. He Matchroom Sport. Barry Hearn done snooker. Paul, he wasn't into boxing. He jumped into boxing and think, but he sent his son. You can obviously see he sent his son to one of the top boarding schools in England. Okay. He's bloody smart, bro. Yeah, Eddie Hearn's his bloody intelligence off the charts. That's why Frank Warren feels threatened by him because he's got a young, good-looking brother, and he's bloody smarter than him, and he's bloody on Sky Sports, and he's doing good fights, and he's doing things. His format is great. He's doing exciting fights, more or less. Now I criticized the last one with Usain Mack and Carl Frook, but that's it. I don't really. Other than that, there's not much criticism going on. Right, but what I'm saying to you is that they're building fighters in front of your eyes. You know what I mean? And Frank Warren and things is not really working.
Kell Brook.
Yeah, the big Frank Warren had Kell Brook. He had all of them. Yeah. He had all of them. You know what I mean? Derek Chisora was still laid off. He doesn't care. The Frank Warren's not really bothered him because he's thinking, well, how can I make any more money from Derek? He's just been knocked out. And what's Derek's mindset? And then Derek is a lot of trouble, by the way, if you don't know. You don't know what he's going to do in the ring. You don't know if he's going to bite you, all sorts. You know? He's crazy, you know? He got a lot of trouble. He brought Frank Warren, and the thing about Frank Warren, it might come back to burn him, how he went behind the board's back. I don't think they appreciated that. You see? He might have caused a lot of enemies there. Having the board against you is not necessarily a good thing. It doesn't matter what you did for him. All they remember is the last thing you did to them.
I tell you what, though, Errol, you see, I mean, he could grease a palm there or two, and that's forgotten, you know. More than likely. The board is so broke. Anybody grease their palm there. Yeah, it's all right, Frank. Yeah, you forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, more than likely. But he's ate enough of Derek anyway, so Derek is disposable now. So it's the David Price show. It's the David Price show right
disposable, now. You know. But look, and then
bluntness and just
Yeah, but you see, Frank. Sorry. You saying Frank Malone is even trying. You remember Frank Malone? He's trying to promote his new channel. Channel. I watched it. It was terrible. The quality was terrible. The show was terrible. It was awful.
What Frank Maloney's show was terrible.
It was worse than Frank Warren's, man. It was so bad. I went on that channel and watched it. It was terrible. It was terrible. The show was terrible.
Why? Right? What was on there?
He had a boxing card on it, and it was terrible. You wouldn't even watch it. I watched it for about two minutes. I let them lock it off. Right? It's not. Listen, you'll laugh your head off, right? But then you see, ESPN is coming to the boxing thing now. Yeah. ESPN is coming to the boxing game now. They're starting to show fights on ESPN. So boxing is permeating all of the English society. People want it. They want it more. They want more fight. They want more fights. Channel 5 is jumped on board. ESPN's jumped on sports. Sky Sports has got it. Box Nation. So now we don't have to. And the thing on top of that, we don't have to settle for anything. I mean, you know, we got our live links anyway. We don't, if we're not subscribed, we can watch it live anyway. So we're good. We're getting enough of our boxing what we need. We have to go to Frank Warren and settle for whatever he's giving us.
Thank God for that. And if I didn't get the links in the street, I'll just probably wait for a YouTube delayed recording or just listen to what everyone's got to say. It wouldn't actually bother me.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I have to keep it real.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, okay. Great discussion. Any more points anyone wants to throw in there?
No. At the minute, what we got? Anything coming this weekend?
No, it's Christmas now, man. No punches over this weekend, man. I mean,
I
was looking for I had a piece of paper where I'd done some awards, man, but I know I had the KO of the year. We know who that is.
We could talk about that though. Who do you reckon the fighter of the year is?
The fighter of the year. It's not Nonito Donaire.
No, I'm asking you. Don't say which one it ain't. Let's tell me which one you think it is.
What's your Donaire for me?
No. We go for it. We go for it. Who's your fighter of the year? Straight. Right now, like you can just mention two. Just say which one it ain't. Just which one it is.
I put Donaire up there.
Nah, I wish. Okay, go on. Give me one though.
Who's Andre who fought this year?
I just fought Dawson. That's it. Just one fight.
He's only had one fight for the year.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's right. That's right.
Let me box wreck that and then.
No, you don't need to. He fought Carl. You don't need to. He fought Carl Frott's year last year.
Was that last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
And he's only had one
fight.
He fought
last year. Yeah. But it's
I know. You get confused about. Yeah, I know.
It's only one fight this year. Go on.
Damn. Oh, let me go for heavyweight. Klitschko, cruiserweight. Forget about it. Light heavyweight. No one there. Who's Adrian Broner fought this year?
Oh yeah, Broner. Well, he's fought DeMarco and he's fought I don't know. I've got a box record.
Okay, I'm just.
All right. In the meantime, all right. Fight of the year. We can say that quickly.
Okay.
Fight of the year.
My fight of the year is Alvarado and Rios. That was just slug fest at his best.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. That was a good fight. Me, I think I'd have to go with right now. In my opinion, which I decided, I'd have to go with Pacquiao. Pacquiao Marquez for.
Okay.
Sick, man. Sick.
I'm gonna tie Broner with
fight of the year. You switching again? It was fight of the year. You
with fight. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I know. With what's his name? Danair.
Well, you got. Nah, you need one.
I'm not gonna.
You have to have one. You can't have. There's no ties in fight of the year. You pick one fighter.
All right, I'm gonna go for Broner.
You go for Broner fight of the year. All right, Apollo. Fight of the year.
Well, fighter, I'm probably going to say Donaire. I'm pretty impressed by what Donaire's been doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think especially the Nishioka fight, because I know Nishioka because I know him from when he fought Wendell Monroe. So yeah, anyway, fight of the year. It might not be like what everyone would say, but for me, I just can't look past Hey Chisora. Yeah, to me that was just so exciting to me.
That's my domestic fight of the year.
Okay. Okay, fine. You know what? Yeah. Okay. Let me call it domestic fight of the year. If I was going to go global, probably. I try to think about it. Again, you know what? I'll probably go for. It's the same reason. I'll probably go for Rios Alvarado, but because it's so exciting. Because when you get around these guys, and for me to actually spar Rios and like raw, I've actually, so yeah, that's the fight that I'll say.
Okay.
Rios Alvarado.
Okay, so who's the fighter of the year?
The fighter of the year is, well, I've already said Broner.
Yeah. Apollo, fighter of the year.
Oh, fighter,
said
Donaire for me.
Who you got, Errol?
Yeah, okay, so fighter of the year. Like, you see the thing about me when it comes to fighter of the year, and the reason I talk a bit, comes down to activity and obviously what they achieved. Now, that's off the top of my head. Yeah, Donaire done well, but I don't think for me he doesn't get it. Yeah, how many times did Marquez fight this year?
Marquez.
3 times. 3 times was it? He fight Pacquiao this year again.
Oh yeah, that was her. Oh no.
He fought Pacquiao this year, innit? Again.
He fought twice this year.
He fought twice this year.
Yeah. Fedchenko. He beat this guy Fedchenko on points and he knocked out Pacquiao.
Yeah. Like, boy, if I haven't got, I just put Marquez again, mate.
Okay. That's
devastating. This the fucking Marquez, bro.
You know something? I'm gonna have to change with Errol.
Who are you going with?
I'm gonna go with Marquez.
You're deep.
No, because that's the biggest result of the year. You know.
I'm trying to tell you,
yeah,
bro.
I have to go with Marquez.
Marquez, man.
I'm gonna go with Marquez.
You see the thing is, you see the body of work what Donaire has done, like he got a lot of criticism of some of the guys he fight. Yeah, I understand what he did, but like for me, Marquez, man, the stuff he went through, bro. He went through, bro. And then the result. Look at that, man.
Yeah, that result there.
You know what? I ain't got no problem if you got Donaire. No problem there if you got Donaire. But it's just this preference, though. It goes down to preference, and it's all our decisions. Yeah, I just go thing there.
Okay.
You think you guys are getting confused where Marquez is what you can call knockout of the year. Do you think it's fair to call him fighter if he just had basically just had one fight basically. Like,
Well, he's had 2 fights, but one
Yeah,
for the
but
interim title.
even we had to look it up. We didn't know. You get me?
Yeah, well,
So,
that's why the box rec is there.
I know, but I just
You
know
know
the thing.
what I'm
I understand. Like I said to you, it's this preference, isn't it?
With a result like that sent shockwaves through the whole boxing world, and not just
it did.
yeah. So I have to give Marquez. I can't. I mean, I'd have Broner. I don't. To be honest, the Broner and Donaire one is tight. It's tight. You know, but yeah.
I mean,
Marquez.
realistically, I think they'll probably do that. But just for me, Marquez, it's just me. That's my own thing. Say Marquez, the sick man, sick. You know what I mean? Jose Lopez, yeah, he would have got it because he got Victor Ortiz, yeah, and then if he went up and beat what's his name again? Canelo, right? If he beat Canelo, I would have gave it to him, but like it was been my second one, but it never happened. So that's it. So I got Marquez number 1. So, but,
what about up and coming fighters? Who did you see as the potential stars for 2013 up and comers?
Up and coming stars. I got Bruno, man. Bruno.
Yeah,
That's Bruno. There's Bruno, man. There's Bruno all day, man.
I'm not gonna put. We can't put Bruno showed potential from last year.
You got Bruno, or you got Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia or Bruno.
What about Alvarez?
Man, they've got belts, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about guys who ain't got belts, really. You know, who gonna
belts have a thing to but belt. It's all opinion, yeah.
Okay.
Belts have a big thing about it. Yeah, belts have a big thing to do with it, but there are names as well, right? But if you're asking me, it's probably Danny. I think I'll probably take Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia.
Yeah, Danny Garcia, man.
What was the upset? What was the biggest upset?
Garcia Khan.
Yeah. Garcia versus Khan.
The biggest upset has to be
Marquez.
Nah, it wasn't an upset.
You think that was I don't think that was an upset.
It was an upset because
to knock him out like that.
Nah, you never thought Khan, yeah, and Garcia going into that. You never thought Khan was ever get stretched out like that, man. He'd never been stretched out like before, man.
Prescott.
He'd never been bashed up like that before.
Nah, no. Prescott really did decimate him.
Exactly. That was big.
Prescott really decimated.
Yeah, but the thing is, Khan wasn't a big name, so it didn't really matter. It wasn't a big name. It was a big in England. It was big, but not the world. Like if you're looking about blood, like this out and that what Gani Garcia did.
Nah, that's not true, Errol. That's not true. Khan was a big name. He was a silver medalist, and he had a whole heap of support. It was a big worldwide upset.
Only in England.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. He
didn't get. He wasn't on the state. He wasn't at that time. We weren't Frank Warren. These fights wasn't being televised in the States. At that time, they wasn't being televised in the States. He didn't have no belt or nothing, bro. Right, so that's why I'm saying it was only in England. It was like thing, but not in the world stage. So when you get on the world stage and the shit happens, then it's a massive thing. That's why I said that.
All right.
For Beats, who's your prospect of the year?
Up and coming fighter of the year.
Yeah.
Man. I don't care. I don't care what nobody says. Right, and I'm sticking with it because I said it. Deontay Wilder, I like the way he fights. He's vicious. He throws punches like a proper heavyweight should do. I don't know if his defense or whatever is any good, but he's my prospect at heavyweight. You know, he needs to step up his level of competition. What other?
Deontay Wilder.
I'm sticking with Deontay Wilder.
How many fights is that?
26 fights, and 26 knockouts.
And hasn't he stopped all of them?
Yeah, he's knocked out everybody.
So, fair enough. Okay, you can go for him.
Who else? Can I put Kell Brook in there?
No. I don't know.
He's a big man now, isn't he? Well, he's fighting for the title.
You can't put Kell Brook in there.
Up and comers. See, I haven't done a decent study. I'm trying to think. I'm not going to say Gary Russell. That's too generic. And I don't think he's really...
His skill set is done. He hasn't really done anything.
Yeah.
We've been talking... If you think about some of the boxers we've been talking to, we've got a real good insight into how boxers judge things. Right? From Jeff and from Chris Bird and onwards, yeah. And we have more knowledge of things, how some of the fighters see things. And from having that knowledge, we can base our opinions on what... in terms of fight of the year and upcoming year and this and that. And to be honest with you, like Gary Russell Jr., yeah, he's just, again, like, you know, look up. But Broner done the right thing because he was getting criticisms, right? He done something. He won at one. He won it. He couldn't make the weight, right? And he moved up and fought in the lightweight division because he couldn't make the weight and he couldn't defend his belt, right? But then he bounced back and beat the best in the lightweight division. So the criticisms are shut now. They're shut down.
The best round of the year. What was the best round of the year?
Best round of the year.
I know what mine is.
Rios Alvarado.
Which round?
Mine is Sergio Martinez Chavez Jr. the 12th.
Oh yes. Oh,
That's a good.
I was on my feet. I was so scared Martinez was going to get stopped. You know, no.
Why, man? That would have been great, man. That would have been like that. Just like his dad.
It would have been so
perfect. It would have been like his dad, man. That would have been great, man. The Mexican fans would have been crazy.
They would have went buck wild.
Actually, the Mexican fans they've had a great year, actually. You know, they've had a good year. They've actually had a good year this year.
Round 5. H2. Was that exciting?
Great round? No, because Hay was dominating most of the fight.
You didn't think that fight got overshadowed by the Khan fight, you know? I mean, it was that fight going into it was probably bigger than the Khan fight. But when the night was over, all you could do is talk about the Khan fight.
Yeah.
All you could do is talk about the Khan fight. All you could do. I don't know what the Box Nation presentation had to do with that. But I'll tell you, I don't know. But all you remember is the thing. You know what I mean? People don't sit back and say, "Let me go watch." I don't sit back and say, "Let me go watch Derek Zura and Khan thingy fight." I don't sit back. Yeah? I'll sit back and watch the Khan and Garcia fight again.
I've watched Hay and Chisora a few times. I've watched Hay and Chisora since.
Not me, man.
Watched it a few times.
Yeah, I've watched it a few times.
I
like that fight, man. It's a good fight.
Nah. Not for me anyway.
Best trainer. Who's the best trainer?
Fair enough. Huh?
Who's the best trainer of the year?
Well, that goes to
Hunter, Virgil Hunter.
I was just think Virgil Hunter probably in it. Virgil Hunter, but then it has to be probably.
But why Virgil Hunter? Woods only fought once this year.
Huh?
Virgil Hunter.
What? Yeah, but he done quite.
But that's not really.
That's what he's done with fucking it.
I suppose. Oh yeah. Okay. So Virgil Hunter. I'm not going to argue with that. I think Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach?
Not really. He's got to be Virgil.
Yeah, but of course Freddie Roach.
I feel sorry for Roach.
His stable's been decimated, bruv.
I feel sorry for him, man. They've all been getting destroyed.
No. You can't feel sorry for him, like, innit? Because end of the day, yeah, like when you're on top, yeah, like you have to be humble. Like some of the stuff he was saying was outrageous. See, Eddie Franchi's mentor never used to the outlandish stuff that Roach used to say. It's like he had his own show and everything. I don't know, man. Maybe shit got to him. He had too much on his plate, probably. He never concentrated on some of his fighters as much as he should do, or as much as he should do. Now he's more interested in his own glory and glow, innit?
Okay, I got another award. Worst performance.
Worst performance.
Yeah.
Worst performance. That's a good one. I like Beats. Beats, can you answer that first so I can try and gauge?
Well, I don't want to throw Andre Berto under the bus, but just for trying the shell thing,
Yeah.
The eggshell, I called it, because that just cracked. Sorry, Andre Berto. Worst performance, just for not because of the whole fight, just for them early rounds using that Philly shell. I'm going to have to say. And the fact, like Eddie Chambers pointed out, he didn't seem to be able to judge distance. And I had him favored to win the fight. He flopped out a bit. So I'm probably going to say, nah, is that the worst? No, he gave up. He landed some good shots.
Yeah.
Worst performance is a cold category. I don't even. I don't know.
Victor Ortiz, mate. Victor Ortiz.
No, I was going to say that, but we're talking about this year.
Wasn't it this big? That was this year, wasn't it?
Was it?
Oh, so I'm getting confused. Which are you talking about? The Lopez fight?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my podcast. I was thinking of Mayweather. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you could say Ortiz.
Victor Ortiz.
In fact, Lopez might win the worst performance against
Nah.
My boy, the redhead guy.
Kevin Mitchell.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Kevin Mitchell.
That was a terrible performance, man.
Kevin Mitchell might win that, bro.
Kevin Mitchell, yeah.
Kevin Mitchell was terrible, mate, against Ricky Burns.
Yeah, he was terrible. It was lousy.
But listen, is it fair to call Ortiz his name? Because the guy got his jaw broke. Is it fair?
That's why good. Nah,
he quit, innit? So quitting that's a bad performance, isn't it?
Oh, come on, man. It's not. Quitting is a very cold, disgusting word to use.
But the thing is, there was a lot of pros who came out after and they said, they wouldn't have quit. And I mean, it's not just, forget me as a fan, because I've never been in there. But if ex-pros, like the guy who fought Mosley, I can't remember his name, a Mexican guy, he was saying he was just disappointed that he quit like that. He was just not impressed with that.
Ah, exactly.
I don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm not. You're completely right. A lot of people have spoken out against him, but you know what? Sometimes, look, every decision you make, like you're not always gonna have, like, not everyone's always gonna agree with you, and sometimes you just gotta stand on your own 2 feet and be like, you know what? I think this is the right thing to do. And from his point of view, if he was like, in his mind, if he said to himself, you know what, yeah, I allow it. I'm not taking any more shots on my jaw. Because obviously with me, I mean, maybe you could say I'm too soft, but I just find it hard to call him a quitter, and
Listen,
well, he did quit. He did quit. That's the fact. That's not judging whether it's bad to quit. He did quit.
He done it before. You see, he done
against Medina.
Yes, yeah, he done it before. Khan, you see what I'm saying? Khan could have quit. Khan could have quit, but Khan got him with a body shot. See, Khan got him in the body shot, and Victor Ortiz knocked down Martez. Knocked down
Medina.
Yeah, he knocked him down. You know what I mean? But he stuck in there, gutty. Whatever you want to say about Khan, he'll fight until the end. He'll fight until, even if he gets flattened, which he does most of the time. But he'll fight until the end, innit?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but Khan's obviously a different. He's a different mentality. He's just tougher than Ortiz. I mean, that's just a fact, So. Well, yeah, I mean, okay, if you want to call his name, I can't really argue.
Okay. Got another category. I'm making some of them up now. Best boxing commentator for the year.
Best boxing commentator?
Yeah.
Roy Jones.
I think I have to go to Boxing Rams and Beats and Errol, Jarrett and Apollo, mate.
Okay, I'll run with that.
You think I'm joking, bro? I'm joking, bro. Listen, do you see the commentary? No, listen. I'm not even joking. See the commentary we did on the Price and the Skelton fight was classic, bro. Generally, it's classic, bro. It was one of the great.
Priceless. I mean.
But if I'm talking about on the world scene,
yeah.
That's my own personal thing. On the world scene, I'd have to go best commentary. You know what? There's a guy, I think he's Showtime, I love his commentary. He makes it, when I look at him, his colour, his name's Gus Johnson from Showtime. I don't know if you know about him. He was the commentary on the Ortiz and the Jose Lopez fight. And he was saying, Victor Ortiz! He's got his jaw broke! Victor Ortiz! You remember the commentary? He's called Victor Ortiz! Forget it, bro. He yelled at the guy's name as Victor Ortiz was running away from the smaller Jose Lopez. Running, you know what I mean? And I was like,
running.
Yeah, you remember like
I saw the fight.
That commentary stuck in my head, so that's why I'd have to go there, bro. I'd have to go there.
Okay.
What about Roy Jones? Roy Jones
has always been but I'm talking about of this year. Like I'll say him. But Roy Jones always good commentary. He does always good commentary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Roy Jones.
I'm always like listening. I'm not one of those sentimental ones that are just saying it out of respect.
Yeah.
But I've always found Emmanuel Stewart very. He's like sort of very informational. Apart from that time, he got excited against Ortiz, but on the whole, he's one of those ones I really like to. I'm not okay. Let me hear. When you use that word, I love that word. When they say boxers, you have to adjust. Yeah. Emmanuel Stewart, to me, that's the sort of trainer. I mean, I wish that I could have had the chance to go to Detroit. I never did.
Yeah.
But I always used to listen to him. I'm like, you know what? That's the sort of trainer that will, like, when I sparred this guy called Sharif Rahman, son of Hassan Rahman. Okay. And this kid, he just knocked me around for 2-3 rounds, and I took the beating. But not at the time. It was in the Mayweather gym. It was Floyd Senior. But he never really he didn't really tell me how to deal with it. So I just got beaten up. But I thought Emmanuel is the sort of that will explain the adjustments. That's why I've always loved listening to him.
So he wins the biggest loss of the year in boxing. Yeah, we'll all agree with that. Emmanuel Stewart is the biggest loss to boxing this year.
Oh, we're talking about guys past.
Yeah,
there's no biggest loss. There's a lot. It's a shame. Like there's a lot of guys who died this year. Hector Camacho Jr. and
senior.
Senior. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of guys.
Okay.
Yeah. This
Yeah, yeah.
guys. This
No,
All right, yeah,
boxing's lost a lot of people. You know.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Angela Dundee died this year. I
He
think
did.
Bert
He
Sugar
Oh,
died
did he?
this year.
Sugar.
Know what I
Bert
mean?
Sugar. Okay, yeah, we lost a few. All right, I
Boxing's
retract
lost a
that
lot.
one. We won't have that category.
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what you're trying to say is that it was a big loss. It was a
Yeah.
big loss that Manny Stewart's gone, but you know what I mean.
So the big losses are Manny Stewart, Angelo Dundee, Hector
Sugar.
Camacho, Bert Sugar.
Bert Sugar. I like Bert Sugar. Man.
Yeah,
I love Bert
yeah.
Sugar.
So do I,
That's
so
big
do I.
losses. That's big losses. You know.
Yeah. This year's been quite painful, man. A lot of
Okay.
guys dropping. You know what I mean. Them guys, they brought a lot, man. You know what I mean. So we forgot about Joe. We spoke about Smoking Joe Frazier, right?
Yes, we
But
did.
that was like last year.
That was
so
last year. What was it?
Yeah. Okay.
Best stable. Who's the best stable?
They're
Golden
stable.
Boy. Golden
Yeah.
Boy.
Golden Boy. Yeah, it's got to be Golden Boy, isn't it?
Golden Boy.
Let me think. Al Heyman.
Al Heyman, yeah.
Yeah, I think Al Heyman's got the best stable.
Who's Al Heyman got?
Gary Russell Jr. It's got Deontay Wilder, Adrian Broner. It's got Garcia.
Mayweather.
It's got He's got Mayweather. It's got Golden Boy.
I'm sorry, Al Heyman.
Yeah, Al Heyman's the man, bro.
What is El Heyman? Is he a manager?
He's the same as thing. He's a promoter. He's the same as what Golden Boy, but he collabs with them. He collabs with them all day. He doesn't come on the scene. You see the Watson brothers. They represent him. There is representation. There is representation.
It's Sam, but then Sam's the one that represents him, and then
Yeah, the two brothers.
the sons-
the brothers are obviously he's giving his brothers a job, innit? He's giving his sons the jobs. So I'm saying he's got all the
Yeah.
fight. They got everything. They got it locked down, bro. They got it locked down. You know.
Best television network to cover boxing.
HBO.
HBO no. Showtime. Hey, hands down. How's Showtime?
All right. Reasons
Showtime.
why.
Sure.
Reasons why.
Why?
Right.
Yeah.
They're the best commentary. Al Bernstein over there. When Tabo was over there, they got that. Paulie's all right. Who else did they go? But they got the best. Their presentation maybe slightly because they got the HBO's got the 24/7 show. But apart from that, man, you know the commentary is just one sided. You'd have to say thing. And now Larry Merchant's left. Even though people didn't like Larry Merchant and whatever, I like Larry Merchant. If you go back in the past, no one had no criticism of Larry Merchant when he was introducing Mike Tyson and he was a historian. Mainly he's an historian. You know what I mean?
Floyd's
Yeah, I'm
fucked
getting
him
to
up.
that. I'm getting to that. Obviously, the people remember him for the trouble with him and Floyd. But other than that, people had no trouble with him. He commentated on some of the best fights in the past 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
20, 30 years. And you can't, because of the problem he has with Floyd, take him. I mean, people place them as a racist and this and that. And, for a person who deals with a lot of black people, you know what I mean? I mean, what kind of races are we talking about? I mean, if we're saying because he disagreed with certain people, does that make him a racist? I don't know. I'm not going to question that. But what I'm saying is that Larry Merchant is a big loss to HBO, right? Because he's another historian, right? And him leaving the network as well is a big loss to them. And I'd have to say Showtime, but that's how I see it. Showtime.
Who you got, Apollo? HBO?
Yeah, I'll say HBO pretty much.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't know it as well as Mr. Jarrett does, but I mean, they've had big fights. I mean, they had like the I was gonna say Mayweather too for a second. Who showed Mayweather Cotto?
Showtime. HBO.
HBO, yeah.
Maybe only messes with HBO, bro. Maybe with the
Yeah.
That's his whole.
I'll probably be going for them guys, but
Showtime.
yeah, but I mean, America's pretty exciting anyway. Regardless.
Depends what's more important, the fights or the commentary, isn't it?
Look, man. Look, anything
the
these days. The fact. But what I'm saying is that HBO probably draws the biggest numbers, right? It probably does. But they're talking about for the best, like out and out commentary and everything you're gonna get as a package. You'd have to go thing, man. You'd have to go Showtime. They're putting some great cards this year. Like I said to you, the José Lopez one. I mean, look, if you sit back and watch that fight, man. I remember the commentary of that fight, bro. Sick, man. It's sick. And then, I don't know that. You had that same Gus Johnson. He was the commentary when Carl Froch went against Andre Ward. He was the one saying, Carl, you know what I mean? He done some pretty good work. But I'd just to say, Showtime. Simple. Showtime. That's it. No ifs, no buts with me. Showtime. So
Okay.
that's happening.
Well, I think I've about exhausted all the categories I could think of there.
There's more categories.
Well, like what? You guys make some then.
Who's the People of the Year, Manager of the Year, Journalist of the Year?
Journalist is hard.
We can say who's like pound for pound the best this year. Who's the best pound for pound this year? Like that's our pound for pound of the year. This of this year. I mean, they do pound for pound stays there for like 20 years. If you look at some pound for pounds, like I remember Roy Jones was pound for pound, so like it seemed like it was forever. But we can say the pound for pound of this cutting of this make this year. Who would be pound for pound this year?
Didn't we do that already though? Best fighter.
You can't. Nah, we didn't.
Well, wouldn't the best fighter be the pound for pound best?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay, we covered it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, who's the best British fighter?
The best British fighter of the year?
Got to be Carl Froch.
Actually, Carl Froch, innit?
Got to be Carl Froch.
Carl Froch, innit?
Yeah.
It would be David Hay if he just fight more.
It wouldn't be David Hay. He only had one fight.
Fight.
That's what I said. It would be if he fought more. But I'm gonna have to give it to Froch. No doubt about it. No question.
Froch, he just goes in there, just not even thinking. Ricky Burns will be a close number 2 though.
Yeah, close. Yeah. Nah.
What about
the Butte win? The Butte. That's the best British win this year. Is got to be the Butte.
I'd say Ricky Burns would be number 2 if there was a number 2. Ricky Burns would be.
What about Hay?
No, Hay wouldn't be. Ricky Burns would be. That's what I see it.
So you think Ricky Burns' victories outweighs the Chisora win?
Of course it does.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Ricky Burns, yeah. Ricky Burns would be. He was the number 2 anyway. I'd have put Ricky Burns.
Yeah, but no, but Ricky Burns. But what did he really do? Mitchell has been stopped before. Yeah. But look at Hey Chisora.
Derek Chisora lost his last fights. Derek Chisora lost his last couple of fights. So what? Ricky, thingy.
I've got time to change my mind before you go. Worst performance, Lucian Bute.
Oh, worst. You can say I'd say Andre Mack, bro.
You go for Berto still, yeah?
Andre Mack. No. Andre Mack was terrible. Huh?
Yusuf Mack.
Yusuf Mack was terrible.
Yeah, but we knew he was going to do that.
Doesn't matter. We talk about performances.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what we
yeah, but I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm going for Lucian Bute.
Nah, you know what? I got Lucian Bute wasn't that bad, bro. It wasn't that bad. I think he just got caught up, bro.
I agree. Look, if you watch if you remember like the first sort of round, I thought he looked very good. Like I thought, Bute, I like the skill. I can see the skill, but he just. Once Froch got to him, I mean, when you're getting hit with those kind of shots upside the head, that's that. So for me, I won't really say that. I think, I agree with Mr. Jarrett.
Okay.
What's that? Who? You said Mac?
Yeah, probably Mac.
It's terrible, man. This man come over, just got rolled over. Actually, you know what? You might put Ricky Hatton in there. You might put Ricky Hatton in there, mate. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad that one there.
No, I'm not going to defend him.
Ricky Hatton's performance was bad, man. It was bad.
It wasn't that bad.
You know why? It's the expectation.
Yeah, the expectation.
Yes, see, this is what I'm saying. The expectation for his own standards, his own high standards. You might put Ricky back, but you would.
Well, that's the most ill-advised comeback of the year.
Huh?
That's the most ill-advised comeback of the year.
Yeah.
Wait. What's the biggest underdog who thing, innit? Probably Ricky Burns over here, innit? Ricky Burns. Upset of the year. Upset of the year. Like
against who?
Huh?
Against who?
Shevchenko, bro.
Ricky Burns.
Yeah, the upset was big, man.
Against who, though? Who's Burns?
No, you said Ricky Burns.
No, sorry, Ricky Hatton.
Okay.
Oh,
Ricky
Shevchenko.
Yeah, that's massive.
No, I think, listen, most people knew it, but they just won't say it. Like, you see these people on, when Ricky such a large following, these people in boxing were like, you know what, allow it. I'm not gonna, they're probably, allow it. I'm not gonna put myself up there the same way Apollo did. I'm not gonna risk, and they just kept it quiet. They were like, Ricky's trained really hard and this and that. So I think in the back of their mind, I think most people suspected. And like I said, Jarrett's the only one that actually went out there and did a video. So I don't know if I really call it an upset, you know. But remember, he wasn't no tomato can. He was a strong, significant opponent, you know. So
Yeah.
I know that, but I'm saying the propaganda media started fucking rolling. People didn't know where they stood. You know what I mean? And people were like, "Oh, Ricky, come on, Ricky, bruv, it was long, bruv. The people like it is the coke and whatever on all the stuff, yeah. That's one thing. Is just when the fight started going, he was still trying to fight how he used to fight before, and it wasn't working. You know what I mean? It wasn't working. There's a lot of things in that, but like the years of the layout and activity. You can't fight the same way, and he didn't adapt, and that's why he still.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I thought, you know what? All that stuff you said about Mayweather Senior. Say something now. You're talking about when he lost the Pacquiao. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, well, why say something now? You get me?
Oh, Ricky. Oh, he's about Ricky when he was criticizing Floyd Senior. Now you realise now, isn't it? Yeah.
If you say you're overtrained, listen. What's that? If I get an interview with him. I mean, look, you're a grown man. So if you're trying to tell me you know you were overtrained, alright, at the time that you were training, because listen, I've trained with Floyd Mayweather Senior, yeah? Let's just get this shit. Floyd's not going to stalk you. It's up to you to turn up at the gym. He never used to call my phone. He never used to come to my hotel. It's up to you. So if you're going to keep going and going to him, why are you going to him if you're trying to say that the training... And from what Floyd said, I saw an interview, Floyd said that Ricky was doing double sessions. He was training with Floyd, then he was sneaking off the train with that guy. Forget his
name. Is that what he was doing? He's sneaking off, was he?
No, that's a fact. It's a fact. You get me? It's a fact. And I just don't like. I'm not trying to. I'm not like a Mayweather lover, but I'm just like, look, yeah. If you lose or whatever, then. But you know what? Now that he's lost his chain anyway, he can't make the excuse of blaming Mayweather. It's on you.
Okay.
It's not. I just don't like people blaming someone else. Sometimes you just. No, but
the bravest fighter. Who was the most bravest performance?
Sorry, domestically.
Domestically and worldwide.
Either that's easy. Don Charles. Anyone that gets punched by good.
Who's that guy?
Don Charles. He said he's the bravest guy.
You're funny. You're funny, Apollo. I got Jose Lopez.
Who against Victor or against Canelo?
Yeah. No, Canelo and against Victor Ortiz. Brave. He's brave. He got hit in the back of the head and everything, bro.
Yeah, okay. Go on, domestically, who would you gotta say?
The bravest performance domestically. Need a list, man. Need a list.
Nah, you don't need to. I'm telling you right now. Huh? Junior Witter, mate.
Junior Witter?
Yeah, mate. He's brave, mate. He's a brave mate.
He wasn't under no pressure against Gavin, though. My man just threw a few more out of range punches than needed.
Yeah. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you, man. Okay. Junior Witter was terrible. Junior Witter. You know what?
That's the worst domestic fight of the year.
Yeah, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah.
Bravest. I don't know. How about Butte? I mean, he did get up. I'll give him that.
Junior Witter was bad, man. It was.
How about Audley? I mean, because
sorry.
Technically, he didn't go down.
That, you know, Audley was bad, bruv.
I mean, technically, he was still on his feet, so technically, I'm just taking the myth. I'll be honest, you know what it is? Right, you know what Beach was saying earlier? He was talking about Eubank and Watson, and the reason we can't come up with an answer is because right now there's no personalities, and because the best fights are not being made, we don't have like those epic. We're not seeing those moments. It's very hard for us to come up with an answer because we just see. Who knows? When you say Moses, that's someone from the Bible. So that's not someone that nobody knows. Nobody knows this guy that fought Burns. So, and I'm not just singling out Burns. We're not seeing anything special. We're just saying, look at Bellu's last opponents. You know, it's just like these guys come up. They're forgotten about. You don't see their face in the. You know, you look at the paper the next day. Listen, all you see. I remember when
great category.
Saldivar, I remember, if you look at the Metro newspaper, this is what they said about him. They had about 6 lines the day before the fight. All they said was, they just said, Brooks gonna fight Saldivar. Brooks got a special punch he's been developing. That's pretty much all they said.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna expect, boxing, it's a lot of effort to go to. It's not our place to, if you want us to take interest, come on to us, but they don't do that. So it's hard to come up with an answer, really.
Okay, this is a bit of a mouthful. Which world champion has fought the weakest?
Nathan Cleverly. I'm not even blaming him. Like, I'm sorry, Nathan.
No.
You can put
Carl Froch, man.
Froch.
Yeah, he drained fucking thing, man. He drained Yusuf Mack, bruv. And then you got in there number 2. You got that punk, yeah, George Groves
Versus Glenn.
How could you Froch if he beat Butte and that was one of the biggest upsets or wins?
Yeah.
Can't be Carl Froch.
Nah, Carl Froch or Yusuf Mack.
No, I'm talking about in general.
Nah, but you just didn't say that. You didn't say general.
I said worst opposition.
That's Yusuf Mack. Yusuf Mack would be knocked out every time he's been knocked out. Yusuf Mack.
But
the thing is the Butte fight offsets that, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Well,
No?
of course it does.
You remember, all you do is go through. You just remember your last fight. You're as good as your last fight, in my opinion. You're as good as your last fight. All I remember is I don't remember the Butte fight. All I remember is him going against Yusuf Mack.
Okay, so you got Yusuf Mack.
I remember that's what I remember, man. And you're going against a guy who was slurring. He was so fucking shot. He was dribbling at come on, man. It was terrible.
But listen, that's not Froch's problem.
I don't care about that stuff, man. Look, he wanted a black guy and some roll over because to get his demons out of his system because.
But that's boxing though. To
get his demons out about what happened against Fig, bruv. That's what I'm saying. Like,
listen, it's a good feeling to knock somebody out. Like you have Butte.
Against a guy who's been knocked out already.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not trying to say, I am not sitting here trying to say that it was the best fight in the world. But this is what I'm saying. If you're in that situation, and it's like, if you're Froch, and they're like, hey, Froch, listen, man, we can get you a Yusuf Mack. Do you want to do it? And Froch goes, what's in it for me? Well, it'll be a knockout. We'll pay you for it. Why would you say no? So tell me. So here's the question, Mr. Jarrett. If that's, I'm asking you. So if you're Carl Froch, and they offer that fight to you, would you take it or not? I'm asking.
No, because
you won't take it.
Nah, because people, it takes your run of world people you've been knocking out. Look at his run. Look at the guys. Look at the people he's bigger than you. Want to drain a guy, and he's been knocked out already. You don't get no credit from that. You don't get no credit from that.
Yeah, he doesn't.
You're gonna go. I mean, I don't know who. There was other guys he could have fought, and the Kessler didn't want to fight him. Kessler doesn't want to fight him. But
no one tried to sell it as his big fight of it. It's just a keep busy fight.
They did. Homecoming. Yusuf Mack, the dangerous Yusuf Mack with his quick hands.
That's what they exaggerated.
I'm not. You know what I mean?
So you're trying to tell me? So if that was your fighter, so if you're a member of the Froch team,
you got to understand, Apollo. You're asking another question to a question. Beast asked one question. Now I understand what you're saying. I'm not gonna. Beast asked one question. Nah, that's what I say. That's what I remember. Is that. You know what I mean? That's why I give him criticism, right? But that to me, Carl Froch. That's it. Okay. You know what I mean? If you want to debate that, then let's debate it. But Carl Froch.
We'll leave it for now. But there is no way, in terms of the question, who said who's fought the weakest competition this year? That's Cleverly. Froch has not fought the weakest this year. First, it's Cleverly.
The last one he did.
We're talking about but we're talking about overall.
Okay, overall, no. Well, it wouldn't be Carl Froch overall.
Exactly, that's the question.
Okay. Overall, then the weakest competition is not Nathan Cleverly. It's Ricky Burns.
Okay, Ricky
Burns. Canelo.
Ricky Burns.
Cleverly.
You can't get away from that. Ricky Burns. You see, this is how we can agree on that. If you go down, I'll say Ricky Burns all day, man.
Okay, thank you. All right, next one, beat. All right, who's the best journalist of the year? That's all over the world.
The best journalist. That's Apollo Jackson, of course, bruv.
No, I won't say so.
I'd say so, man. And tell me if I'm wrong. Was it this year or last year you went into the Lions Den, in the Frank Warren bug hole, and you unearthed all the information? Wasn't it?
It was this year, yeah.
Okay then, right? That's the best investigative reporting I ever know. Then it wasn't this year. Yeah, you talked to Ashley Fairthane, and not only that, your inside scoop just now telling us about what? What did you just tell us about Frank Warren not paying who?
Junior Witter.
Then it has to be you, right? But if we're talking
Yeah,
on the world
I've got Apollo as the up and coming, the best up and coming young journalist.
But if we're talking on the world scene, the best investigative reporter, Radio Raheem.
Yeah, I'll go with my boy Raheem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll go with Radio Raheem. What about Ellie Setback?
Oh yeah. So Ellie Setback.
Ellie Setback brings the most information. I'm gonna go for Ellie Setback.
No, for me it's simple. I've seen this ATG radio thing. I mean, I don't know how Coogan is actually beating Setback in terms of votes.
Yeah, but he just stays in domestic though.
No, but what I'll say, and I'll be nice. Yeah, in terms of Setback, and I'll say without a doubt, Setback is head and shoulders above anyone because of the sheer amount of work. Just look at the videos. You get me? He's
got a team though. He's got a team though. Another guy.
Oh, he does. I've seen them. Yeah, I've met these guys. But regardless, that's the answer. Like the sheer amount of footage he's producing. He's getting people like Sam Watson on camera that no one else does. He's getting Broner and Mayo. All these guys, it has to be Setback. Now, the quality needs to improve. Like, I need to see a mic so it blocks out all, but it has to be Setback for me, without doubt.
Probably
Setback on the world scene. Domestically, I say you, Apollo, and that's it. That's what I got.
I agree. Well, I'm the most controversial. But...
Nah, but that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how I see it. You got Ellie Setback, and Kulin Cassius. Who you got? Who's local? Who's domestic then?
Well, it's got to be Apollo, isn't it?
Yeah, see, there you go. 2 for Apollo. But obviously, Apollo, you can't vote yourself, or you don't want to vote yourself. So,
well, I mean, I'd have to give it because as you've seen, because I've lost the interest. I'd have to give it to Coogan.
Yeah, that's fine.
The sheer amount that
Coogan Cassius.
Yeah, because of the sheer amount they're producing, you know.
He just doesn't seem to get nothing out of the boxers, though. I don't want to be too critical of him.
I don't know, man. He got some really good stuff out of the Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn. I made some film on that one. I love that shit, bro.
he gets a lot. All it is, the reason I've insulted people like him in the past, all it is with me is because I just get bored. So if I look at your interviews and I don't think, all it is for me, I just don't like that he doesn't push it. But you know what? To be fair, as Mr. Jarrett's pointed out several times, if that's just not him, if he just doesn't have the guts to do it, well, it's up to him. Yeah. But with me, I like to see him push, you know. But
I'm not going to do a best YouTube boxing channel. I'm not going to do that one because
without naming ourselves, let's just say who we think.
No, I'm not going to do that one because if you say someone, you're just going to offset a lot of people. And
but we see everything. Me and Apollo as different channels. You see, all right.
All right, you guys can say.
I mean that, but you know the thing is, you say the best channel, like the most entertaining channel and this and that, but because we're hearing that, we might have to say ourselves, but I don't, like you said, it's very we're in it too much because some of the stuff we're doing, we might say stuff, but if you look on overview channels, everyone's putting some really good work this year. Everyone's putting really good work on here, so I'd say the YouTube community is on the rise, and YouTube boxing community is on the rise, shall I say? And everyone's putting in great work, and I couldn't really just put my hand on one channel because without everyone putting in work, it makes the whole thing good. So
I'm going to big up the whole of the YouTube boxing community. That's what I'm going to. I'm going to big up the whole of the YouTube boxing community.
You get me? Everyone. You know what I mean? Everyone covering boxing. Even newcomers and people in there established for a long time. You know what I mean? Everyone's putting some great work this year. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to do shout-outs.
Whether people are beefing or not beefing or whatever, or people are doing commentary. Like the whole YouTube channel is entertaining. It's real shit, you know what I mean? It's the best. Like everyone, you can turn on, you can get some real shit every day.
Yeah.
You're still real, man. Some real shit.
Yeah, you get some good beefs. You get some good actual boxing talk.
Everything. Debate. You get some of the greatest debates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's there to entertain you for time, man.
Yeah.
The name, having listened to that, the name I'm gonna say Hatman TV and Gambino.
Okay.
That's my, that's just, I'm not into that really. I would say, I think Hatman's very technical and informative, and Gambino is straight up funny. So those are the ones that stand out for me. But You know, whenever I get the chance, always try and check everyone out. You know.
Hatman is very good at what he does, man. Hatman.
Yeah,
I just, yeah, it's so. But you know, you listen to stuff he says, but again, it's that thing where it's the outlaws. Like, because we're not on TV or whatever, Hatman he'll say things. He's not gonna hold back on. You get me? If he thinks a fight is that, and he says it, and you know. So I like that. I don't like it because after a while, when I listen to these people talk, I can not so much on YouTube for me, but I'm talking like people in boxing. When I watch you talk, I can tell if you're holding back. I can tell. So if I've been in boxing for like 2 years, the amount of stuff I know, you can't tell me that. Adam Smith who's been in it 20, however, you can't tell me he doesn't know stuff. So when I see them hold stuff back, that's what it is. That's what annoys me. So when I see people on YouTube that will just start and say it, that really engages me. You get me? I find it, you know, I find it far more honest, you know, far more honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I don't know if you guys can think of any more awards.
I've got a point to make. Going back to Burns, this is the way I'll say it. In terms of Burns, like you said, Burns is a fighter. He's not gonna be like, I can't beat Burner. But here's a possibility. Now, don't you think Burns might say to himself, he might look at Burner and be like, now, obviously we know Burner's better built. Like, he knows that. There's no disputing that.
Yeah.
Now, he may very well look at him like, look at how built he is. Look at how rich he is. So you know what it is? Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not around him. I'm going to assume Burns doesn't lift weights. He doesn't look like he does. He's in shape. He does the thing. He boxes. But to me, he doesn't look like it. Do you guys think Burns lifts weights?
He probably does some kind of weight training, but not bodybuilding type.
Some.
Yeah.
But this is the way he'll look at it. He'll look at Bruno and be like, and plus remember, like America's like the country that is known for strength and conditioning, like Alex Ruiz and all this. So he'll look at it, he'll like, you know what, yeah, Bruno must be into all that strength and conditioning. He must be doing serious weights. You know what, yeah, it's I'm trying. Who's the guy's name? Leonard. It's like when Sugar Ray Leonard came back to fight Hagler. He built himself up first. So don't you think Burns might be saying, you know what, yeah, let me do weights for 3-4 months and then I'll be strong enough then I'll be ready for Bruno.
Nah, he's not. He's never going to be ready for Bruno. He's just the one.
I'm not saying he would be ready, but is it a possibility that he may be looking at it like that?
No. He's not. He don't think like you, Apollo. He don't think like.
Oh, okay.
The thing is that he already like that thing's dead already. Like they don't want no part of it. You're there to make money and look after your family and try and finish with your health intact. You don't want to go in there with Broner, because Broner will abuse you. Burns will get broken down from the press conference when Broner starts opening up his mouth on him, break you down, and that's before the fight.
Yeah.
Then when the fight opens, yeah, it's a whole different ball game. He's gonna trash him. You see, this is a fight. Fighting a Broner is a war before the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
what?
Angel Garcia says, mentally, spiritually, and physically, they go to war and they attack every front. So you can't even hide. It's not something you want to get into.
So which fighters do you not want to see in the ring next year?
Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley, I don't want to see fight no more. I don't know why. I don't know why they keep dragging his carcass up.
Okay.
Yeah, Shane, Roy Jones,
Audley.
James Tony, and
I don't mind watching Audley.
You want to see Audley back here?
I don't mind Audley.
Roy Jones.
Jones, yeah. It's like Jones. You know what? I just want Jones to win the title. Like, I want him to win for Joe. I want Jones just to shut people up one more time.
Okay.
I just want him to win that title. So it's like I don't not really badly, but it'd have to be Shane Mosley, man. I want Shane to fight, man. I just think Shane is just because you know why? Unlike Roy Jones, yeah, and starting a bit. Because Roy Jones interviewed the other day, and you can see he kind of struggled with his words, slightly, only a bit. But but Mosley, bruv, he's talking like you said, Mac and stuff, man.
What about James Toney? What about James Toney?
The worst is Holyfield. That's the worst, Holyfield.
Holyfield, yeah, he's a contender.
Holyfield's pretty bad, man.
What about James Toney?
Yeah, I mean, Tony, I've interviewed him, and he's slurring. It's hard to. So, like, Holyfield's the number one that I want to see stop. Then number two is probably Tony.
And Tony might actually get into the worst performance against Lebedev. It was dreadful, man.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? The fight was so bad, we just forgot about it.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is that I met him earlier this year, and he was telling me all about how his leg got injured in the fight, and it's only now that you mentioned it that it's coming back to me. You know, Tony, man, I just hope. You know, the thing is, look, the reality of fighters stopping. Yeah, I'd love to see them all stop, but the reality is, then what? What's James Toney doing? James, he ain't gonna go into Hollywood, is he? So it's like he's stuck. You know me? That's all he knows how to do is box. So I don't know how they keep themselves going between fights. I don't know where they get money from. So I mean, that's just the reality. I mean, Holyfield, we've all heard the stuff. He had to auction off all his stuff, and then he was so desperate. Then last minute he cancelled it. But because he cancelled it, now he's got to pay them inconvenience fees and all sorts, you know. And then if they take you to court, you've got to pay lawyer fees and so on. And that's the thing. That's why promoters get away with it, because they know fighters don't know how to deal with all that legal stuff, and then they'll just say, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. It's too much." Because lawyers are like, "Yeah, man. They'll charge you a consultation fee before it's even begun." And Holyfield, man.
Holyfield is a sad story, man. But that's just, you know.
Bruv, he's just programmed, you know. The thing is, you got to understand about Holyfield, man. He's programmed. What does a fighter stop being a fighter? Who told you? It's like, I mean, a guy. That's what they know. I mean, we've talked about this many times.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what they know. That's all he knows. That's all he knows what to do. So you know what I mean. It's like he's basically programmed like a bloody machine. If they're programmed, you need to decode their programming, and no one decoded them. No one took out their no one took out their chip, and things. Some boxers they might know themselves, but he's just basically doing what he knows he's doing from when he was young.
Yeah,
that's all he knows is boxing. Crazy, man.
Okay, so what fights do you want to see next year?
Hey, Vitaly.
Oh no, that's the fight off the bat you want to see. You're a G, bruv.
Hey versus Vitaly. That's what you want to see. Oh man, I don't know.
Off the bat,
you know what? No. Make sure if you're not upload this bit, you know what? I tell you my mind. I want to see that fight towards the end of the year, because the longer it takes, the longer, you know, the more Vitaly will decline, the better the chance for him.
That's what you want. You don't want a prime Vitaly, no?
Well, you know, I mean, it's over. You
don't want Hay to get. The thing is, the more he declines, the less criticisms he'll get. Because if he goes against Vitaly and Vitaly's an old man, it makes David Hay look bad. If David Hay beats him, they're gonna say he was old. You don't get no credit for it. You don't get no credit fighting him, rather unless if you fought him in his prime. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, Hay's never, because he's been so lazy, because he's. I'm just saying, I'm call him what you want. I am a Hay fan, but lazy, because he's fought so few heavyweight fights. He's never gonna go down in the top 10 heavyweight fights. He knows that. But
he's rubbing against the Klitschko's now. He doesn't matter. His name's there rubbed up against one of the Klitschko's. The thing is, if the Klitschko's retire, whatever happens to the Klitschko's, people are always comparing the Klitschko's to the olden days because they're the linear champions. So
Rigondeaux versus Donaire, Canelo versus Trout, Khan versus Brook,
Fury and Price.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I got quite a few.
Jennings versus Wilder.
Jennings versus. Well, I don't want to see that fight.
Is Gamboa? Is he too small for Broner? Gamboa? Do you think there's too much size?
Could happen. That could happen.
Or do you think it's too much size difference? Or?
Not really. He was going to fight Brandon Rios, and he's getting older now. Maybe he does need to move up. I don't know. It's a possibility.
Sorry, what were you going to say, Mr. Jarrett? Who
you got, Errol?
All my fights revolve around the welterweight division. I've got Garcia Maidana, Garcia versus Khan 2, Garcia versus Garcia. I said that one. Luque.
No, you said Madonna.
Oh yeah, Madonna. So that's what I meant. Luce Matisse, Garcia versus Jose Lushigan, Garcia versus versus what's his name again? What's his name? Bradley. Bradley. What's
Bradley.
his name? Thingy Bradley.
Timothy.
Timothy Bradley. Garcia versus. I said that already.
Oh, my bad.
And all my fights revolve around that whole welterweight division where it's gold. Sorry, Garcia versus Brandon Rios versus Adrian Broner. What's his name again? What's the other guy's name again? Eddie Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz. Guerrero versus
Victor. You still got Victor Ortiz in fights?
I'm just saying some fights I'll see.
Okay.
Guerrero versus what's it? José Lopez. José Lopez versus Garcia. José Lopez versus Khan. José Lopez versus Broner. I can keep going down. That's it. All that mix is fucking sick, bruv.
Any combination between Quillen, Martinez, Golovkin,
Chavez,
Gill, and Chavez will be good for me next year.
I want to see Chavez, man. I want to see him no more.
Yeah, he still deserves a shot.
The boy can hit.
I want to see him no more, man.
Yeah, but all the stuff you've been saying about Freddie Roach, what if he leaves Freddie Roach?
His application to the sport is not a pro. He doesn't. I don't like the way he goes into fights, bro. He's a pro, man. He don't look like he takes it seriously. He's too rich. It's hard to come off it when your dad's name. Yeah, your dad's name is so big and established. It's hard for him, bro. It's hard for him to get up. It really is like to me. Yeah, when I saw the whole 24/7 and you saw his seriousness to the sport, man, I just like nah, man. I ain't got that. I ain't got him. Okay. I ain't got him at all. But the middleweight division, Golovkin versus Quillen, Golovkin, versus Chavez or one of them things there. That's fine, you know what I mean? Or even like Martinez versus what's that guy Canelo? You know what I mean? Or
Canelo.
Martinez versus Trout. Trout versus K9 Bundridge versus who else is in that division? Canelo. You know what I mean? Them fights.
Trout.
And then
Trout?
Yeah, I said that one.
Oh,
right, give Floyd some opponents.
Nah, Floyd, nah. No, Floyd,
some potential opponents for Floyd.
I want to see Floyd versus Trout.
I want to see Floyd versus Trout.
That's not exciting fight you want to see.
That's what I want to see.
What, Floyd versus Trout?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You want to see that as well?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see that fight. That fight's boring.
Nah.
That fight's boring. Why do you want to see that fight?
That'd just be a technical, you know what I mean?
I
love to see it, man. I love to see it.
I can tell you right now. Now, I understand that'll be technical. Number one fight, sorry, Paulo. Number one fight, if you were talking about people want to see, right? Obviously, Floyd want to see him versus Manny. But other than that, it's the Canelo or Guerrero.
Fuck Canelo, man.
People want to see Floyd get put under serious pressure by these guys. Yeah, that's what they want to see. Not
Canelo
Trout.
Get bust up by Floyd.
That fight is a boring technical fight. It's only for the. You know what? That's for the boxing purists.
Yeah, that's for me. That's what I'm saying. I want to see the fight. I want to see that.
Yeah, but the boxing purists, though, people like to see the Matador versus the Bull type of fight.
Well, they can have that. They can have that. Let me have mine. Let me have Trout versus Floyd.
Nah, man.
You can have that. You have your shootouts.
They're not touching.
You know what I mean? After Canelo gets his face busted up by Floyd, boringly, just gets deconstructed.
They ain't touching that for nothing, mate. This girl's sick, bro. They ain't touching that for nothing, mate. They're not gonna touch that with nothing, bro. You know? It's not happening. But you never know. But he don't bring enough crowd. But Trout upset over Cotto was a thing. Cotto versus anyway.
I love Cotto.
Let Cotto sit down for this year, man. It's about him need a rest, man. You know what I mean? He needs to take a little.
I love your accent. I love what you said.
Yeah, he needs to. You know what I mean?
Don't say it as well.
Let him sit down for a little while, though. You know what I mean? He's done too much work, man. You know what I mean?
Simmer down, innit?
Yeah.
Simmer down.
Yeah. Hard fights. Hard fight against Floyd.
But you see,
hard fights against Canelo.
Yeah, but you see what we're talking about? How boxing is rich now. There's so many great fights in weight. The welterweight division in my division is probably hot. Middleweight's good. Cruiserweight's good. And we just talked recently to Eddie Chambers, who's moving down, and he's looking to fight Dennis Lebedev and Marco Huck eventually. So you know what I mean? Everything's looking quite interesting. Boxing's on a serious. You know what I mean? We've got some great fights happening. Hopefully they can be made this year.
See, people always say in the recent year it hasn't been much happening. Was 2012 a good year?
Yes. It's a wicked year.
It was
wicked
a good
year.
year, man.
One of the best years ever.
Yeah,
Some people on their channels are saying that, no, it wasn't a really good year. I love this year. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, again, Jose Lopez versus Victor Ortiz. Yeah, bruv. And then Victor Ortiz Mayweather. Yeah. Like, boy, was that last year or the year before?
that was the year before.
Okay, but Jose Lopez versus Victor Ortiz, man.
There was some good fights, man. Marquez,
man. Victor,
Pacquiao.
Danny Garcia versus Khan.
Yeah.
Man, Pacquiao, Marquez.
What about Quillen versus Endam? That was a great fight.
That was alright. Martinez versus
Chavez.
Yes, bruv. That was a good fight. See?
Yeah, that was so.
No, it was not a good fight. There was one good round.
The last round was.
Yeah.
The last round was a fight.
If you're gonna get all picky, yeah.
You got what's his name again? Brandon Rios versus that. Is it
Alvarado?
Yeah, wicked, man, wicked.
Yeah.
Well, wicked. Yeah, bruv. Like, great year. It was a great year. It was probably better than last year.
Yeah, you could say that.
Could say that.
Yeah, I could. It's probably the best year for the last 3 years, isn't it?
It was insane.
That worst performance thing is hard, man. What about Chad Dawson versus Andre?
Well, you know what I mean? I think the way he...
Nah, that was alright.
It wasn't the same...
It wasn't Carl Froch. When he beat the way he bashed up Carl Froch, man, that was wicked, bruv. It was wicked, bruv. That was wicked. The way he put on Carl Froch, yeah? Bruv, he made Carl Froch doubt everything, bruv. He put a beating on Carl Froch.
He put it on him, yeah.
He put a beating on Carl Froch, bruv. A beating of the likes of Carl Froch has never seen or witnessed before. And and the fact that Carl Froch is willing to get in there, you have to give Carl Froch all the respect. And the thing is, he didn't even have 2 arms in that fight. He had 1 arm. 1 arm in that fight, and he put a beating on Carl Froch. He exposed Carl Froch. He's so listen, that's why he's pound for pound.
Comprehensively.
Hey, listen, I know what Carl Froch is talking about. It was a close fight and the judges scored. You got your snozzle beat. You got your snozzles smashed up. Yeah, you got completely exposed. You know, but you know, end of the day, yeah, look. Carl Froch, you got to give him props though. Anyway, like, and then he wants to fight the best fight. At least he goes in there. Amir Khan as well. Like, maybe he got knocked out, whatever. I mean, in his last fight, boy, it's like, damn. But you know, we're seeing it. He wants to fight Garcia next, and that fight's gonna happen anyway.
Okay.
If
the money's right, they'll fight him.
What's going on? We haven't talked about Lamont Peterson. No one's talked about him, bruv.
He hasn't done it. He hasn't fought for the year. So how are we going to talk about him?
It's terrible.
Yeah, but what's he done though? Like,
he hasn't fought.
It's terrible, man.
People have lost interest now.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. He's off the radar. He's off the radar.
He's still got the belt.
Yeah. So what use is the belt if nobody's talking about you or is looking forward to you fighting?
I'm looking forward to him to fight. I'm looking to see him fight again.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, because he's an exciting fighter. I like the way he fights. I like the way he fights, man.
But that's you. You're one guy.
Yeah, I know. I'll
watch him fight when he comes back. But right now he's off the radar. We have to wait until he makes an announcement that he's fighting somebody.
He got new fans in England, bruv. He got beer fans in England after watching him. Beer fans in England. I mean, before the drug thing, bruv, they like him as much as they like. Who's the guy who bashed up Carl Brook?
What?
Oh, Carson Jones.
Carson.
Yeah, England loved him as much as they like Carson Jones until the drug scandal came out.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why ever since that, you get me? Ever since that, people just gone on. Like when he beat Khan, yeah, he had that momentum going. Like he could have got himself another fight with somebody after that. Yeah, but then once that drug thing came out, yeah, man.
The drug thing wasn't even that bad, you know. I don't know. I think he took it really bad, man. It wasn't probably even that bad. At least the IBF stuck with him, though. Anyway,
fighters we don't want to see next year. What about Glenn Johnson?
No.
You don't want to see Glenn.
When people say they're retired, like, they need to just leave that. You know what I mean,
that fight was just cold. I mean,
I told you about that, man. Thing ain't got no respect, you know. That's why I don't like him, you know. I don't like George Grove, man.
It's not Grove's fault. That's what they gave him to fight.
Nah. I told you about that beat, though. I told you how that fight would go out, you know. I did tell you how that's gonna go out. They're gonna try and embarrass him, and that's exactly what they try to do. Didn't even give him a post-fight interview or anything. Say, "Oh, Glenn, yeah, you know, you've been a legend to the sport, and what are you gonna do next with your thing?" Didn't even interview him. Just trashed him trashed him right after the fight. They didn't even interview or nothing, mate.
Yeah.
About that. George Groves is a fighter. Like, when's he getting that ring with him? You can't ask him to take it easy, you know?
He's your boy, yeah. I know you're gonna stick up for him. I'm just telling you how the networks dealt with him.
He done what he had to do.
No, but listen, who cares? Like, look, I'm telling you, all these names that we've been mentioning, Holyfield and Roy Jones and so on, you're saying that from behind the computer screen. But say you get in the ring with them, that's gonna go out the ring though. Like, if I was to
beats.
fight these guys for real, you get me? So what do you want George to do? Think about it. Why should he take it easy? It's a fight. Now, if George went up to him on the street or whatever, yeah, then that's when you can say you're disrespecting him for no reason. But once he got in the ring with you, he's better off. It's a fight. You know,
it's on and popping.
For me, I watch the fight. It's like watching the Ali Holm fight. I just look, it's just like sad to watch. Old man just taking sledgehammers in the head. But you know, that's up to Johnson. If you're gonna say yes and agree to it, that's up to you. Like when you see these videos of these people that climb in the lion's cage and they go to the zoo, they put their hand. I mean, that's up to you. If you get your hand ripped off, that's on you.
To be honest, he's right. You know, if he's gonna retire, he should retire. If he can't give more than what he knew he couldn't perform to the levels that he used to.
But I knew that already. But they knew that already. But it's he must need the money so badly. That's why he came over. What I'm saying to you is that it's the way. I understand you. You try and knock him out. The way they dealt with him. I'm just saying the way they dealt. Fair enough in the fight. I'm not criticizing the fight. It's the way they dealt with him. Yeah, the way they dealt with him. You understand what I'm saying? It's the way they dealt with him. You know what I mean? He's like It's like, oh, this guy just retired. Let's call him up. Let's see if he wants to fight. You know what I mean?
That's Frank Warren and I Film London, all them guys. They've blanked him. So that's them, you know. So
they didn't blank. I feel like they interviewed him. They interviewed him. I feel like
no, they interviewed him before the fight.
Yeah.
Not
after. But after the fight, they. Anyway, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean? Because you said no one interviewed him.
No. Well, look, did they interview George Grow after the fight?
Yes.
Okay, maybe Thingy wasn't there to be seen after the fight. But I'm talking about the Thingy. Thingy didn't interview him.
What? Who? Box Nation?
Yes, bruv. Box Nation didn't interview him. You know, that's the ones I'm talking about.
But they don't care. Like, I mean, that's the thing. They're not going to care. They're going to just talk to the winner. You know?
Yeah, well,
John Johnson, he's not really that. Because once he lost, but that's boxing. And Johnson's a grown man. That's the situation of life. But he knows what boxing's like. Like, he knew what would happen. Like, when Bute came over, you know what I found out? Spencer Oliver said, when Bute came over here, you know what he was doing when he was training? He put the music, he put like the Sheffield crowd, Nottingham crowd, booing while he's training. And then Spencer, like they were saying this on Sky Sports, Spencer said, because that's in his mind, that's him getting used to what's going to happen on the night. What I'm trying to say is these are fighters, they're grown men, it's not their amateur debut. They know what's going to happen. So if they say, okay, I'm willing to do it and take that risk, I feel sad watching it, but at the end of the day, it's you. If you're going to do it, it's up to you.
Hey, you don't think it was Carl's punching what fucking made him think that? Think when he tasted Carl's punches, mate, Carl's power, he never been rocked like that before, man. He
did in the Andrade fight. He did. He was lucky to
exactly.
get away with a W.
He tasted the same type of thing in the early rounds. See, Carl was apprehensive in that fight. Booty should have jumped on him. Carl was still doomed up from what Ward did to him. He thought it was going to happen again because he was such a big favourite. Booty was the favourite going into that fight. He should have jumped on him. Booty tasted Carl's punches and I don't like this. Because usually Booty intimidates everyone, and you're right with the crowd and the whole thing. It all got to him, possibly. But what I'm saying is that when he tasted some leather, bruv, the only thing is the leather. That's what got him. When Carl realised he's a pum-pum, that was it, mate. He went in there.
Yeah, when
When
Frog smelt blood, boy, he just...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, exactly. You think I'm lying? I watched the fight. You two of them were scared. The two of them was doomed up. But when Carl realised that he's a pum-pum, and then Carl realised, hold on a minute, I thought the better level position. That was it, bro.
Yeah, but he didn't. Bute didn't know it until it started
What are you doing over
happening.
there? You're dragging something. We can hear it on the mic, bro. Stop it.
I think it's raining. I think it might be the rain.
Yeah, go on.
That's some serious rain.
Yeah.
I lie. Yeah, me, man's dragging, something, dragging. Anyway, go on. What you saying?
I'm just gonna say, but just all I was like, Butte didn't know that until the fight, until it started. Because he went in to win. He thought, yeah, I'm just gonna outskill this guy. Then once reality hit, then it's too late. Like, you're in the ring now. So that's the point I'm making. Like with Johnson, once you start getting beaten, it's too late to be like. It's too late to be like, what am I doing in the ring with this kid? You're the one that put yourself there. You get me?
That's right. That's right.
When it comes to animals, the only people I feel sorry for are kids that get attacked by dogs in the street. That's the only people I feel sorry for. Because you got no call in the street. I've had like 2 or 3 dogs lunge at me before, so I understand it can just happen like that. But if you're some grown person that goes into this, I really could care less. Whenever they put up on the news, so and so got mauled up, I don't care. And if it happens again, I will put a video up saying I really don't care. You know, I'm not wishing death on anyone, but I've been to the zoo, man. When I look at these animals, I saw the life.
Yeah.
There's no amount of money. I'm not, man. Just because I keep mentioning the Lion King, yeah, I'm a Lion King fan. But in terms of actually interacting with them.
No, look, I'm not going in the cage either.
Look, once they get to sort of cub size, that's it. Once they pass that cub stage or a month old, I'm just like, no. You know, so that's what I'm saying.
I mean, he was fighting a young, unbeaten prospect, man. How old is Glenn Johnson now? He's 43, man. You know, come on. I mean,
yeah.
Where was he going? Maybe he needed the money, though.
I told you he did. Told you.
But regardless, I mean, he may very well have. But what I'm saying, I just can't really feel. That's just the reality, you know. It's up to him. Yeah, I'm just glad, you know, he didn't get knocked out. Well, you know, I hope he just recovers.
I bet you any money he fights next year.
I don't know. I hope he doesn't. But see, the thing with these guys, unless you know them personally, you can never say what they're. You know, who knows? He might. You never know. He might.
Probably
fight. Glenn Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're paying. Russia always needs someone they can roll over. It's true, man, but they won't drain him though. Maybe Glenn. Lee, see the thing about Glenn. At least when he retires, he can go at his own terms and fight at a higher weight. Now, I mean, he's fighting at light heavyweight, cruiser, like, you know what I mean, round them weights. And now they drained him back down to the you know what? It's long. I mean, you look at all them fights, all them wars he had with Clinton Woods, light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Tarbar, Jones. You know, some of his greatest performances at that weight, he was stronger at that weight. You drag him down where George Grove was stronger at that weight, and he was just coming in back. George Groves not even all that. He still couldn't stop him. Still couldn't. They made up. He tripped, and they tried to make out like he got like Glenn Johnson got knocked down.
I just think that was just a mistake.
Glenn Johnson cried himself in the dressing room. He let himself to be embarrassed like that. You know?
Nah, you think so?
Yes, he's a man of pride, man. Jamaican brand with pride. You know, seeing man there. I need my money. I need money that bad. I'm just gonna stand there. It's a fix. I'm gonna stand there and let this boy beat me up.
Yeah, he tried, but I think if you look at the fight, if you look at I watched before it happened. I looked at the Gail Gross fight, and I said there's no way.
He was running for his life. He was running his life against Groves, against James Gail. Yeah, he was running for his life. He was running for his life.
He was.
I said regardless though. I said but regardless, I watched it. I said there's no way. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I said to myself, there is no way Glenn Johnson's quick enough to catch this kid. And Glenn Johnson, he wasn't pretty deep down. He probably knew that. Do you think it's fair to say that? Do you think that I'm saying too much. Actually, but
no, he's too old, man. Too old. He was way too old, you know, and Father Time caught up with him.
Yes, sir.
But he lost. I mean, his record. How many fights? He lost like 20 fights anyway. So he just said, "Who cares if it's another loss on my record? No one's gonna say anything. Let me just go pick up the paycheck, and that's gonna. I mean, money. Look, money. I'll tell you what money. Look, they say knowledge is power. Knowledge isn't power. Money's power. With money, you can pay. You can do anything. You can get people to do anything.
Yeah, but you need knowledge to keep hold of the money.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. To make investments with it.
But ultimately, he was in a situation where that's probably what he said. Yeah, I've got 20 losses on my record. I've lost like my last 5 fights. I've lost to whoever the guys were. I lost to Bruce, I lost to Froch, lost to Dawson. So who cares if I get another loss? Let me just pick up this money they give me. I'll take that money and then buy some stuff, go on holiday and just sit on the beach and forget about it, you know?
Who's that, Glenn Johnson you talk about?
Yeah.
Nah. Because his thing is, yeah, I see him, see Glenn, some of them boxers, and this is what you need to understand, yeah? They're not, some of them, I'm not going to criticize and say they're the most smartest people, but they pick up some young thing who needs money, right? And then you pick up the young thing with a family who needs money. And next thing you know, you're spending bare money on these chicks, yeah? And you don't even know, right? And if then they married you or they divorced you, they're trying to take half your money, or they got kids and they want more money. And now next thing you know, you're looking around and your money's run out, right? Your money's run out. And this is what happens to them. You know what I mean? Glenn Johnson for all these fights, yeah, but yet he has to take this fight against this guy at this time of his career. Then it seems that he didn't look after his money if he got any. He's got whoever women he's with him. He's been took to the cleaners, mate.
yeah.
He's been took to the cleaners because you remember. Listen to this, yeah. I don't know for a fact, but I'm just posing this. Remember the time when he fought Roy Jones? You remember he had some young girl by his corner. Remember her, right? And when he was winning. Now when he fought against Joey Groves, did you see her anywhere? And when his last fight, you see him? I didn't see that girl. She ain't nowhere no more. That's what happens, innit?
Because he can't afford to keep her, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying to you, bro. And they'll take you to the cleaners. Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, because
he didn't for the money. He done
No. But what I'm saying, Beats is saying is that that you need to have money, smarts to keep the money, and this is what I'm saying to you. Know what I mean? Man will get took to the cleaners. Enough of them fighters. We talk. I'm not saying Tim Coleman is it, but look at him. He told you if you listen to his interview, that just told you what's out there. Yeah, he's in it. That's what's out there for them. You know what I mean? When Apollo starts getting big, bro, big chicks are gonna be dropping on you, bruv. When you're successful, that is. And if you're not successful, you're still gonna get chick. Look at Oscar and Trout's thing. All of them. Miguel Cotto's thing. I don't know what happened there, mate. I don't know what happened there, man. But
what's wrong with her?
What's wrong with her?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with her. I'm just saying. That's not wrong with her. That's wrong with her. I'm just saying, like, when you get anyway, I know. Let me just leave that one alone. You get decent chicks, yeah, and next you know they've got kids and they've got this and that, and then basically you're paying out money, you know what I mean? And next you know you're broke, you know what I mean? That's my point. That's my point.
Cotto, he's a family man, isn't it? So
leave Cotto alone, innit? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? The reason why people fight again is because obviously like other people, not them. I mean, necessarily they can't speak. Look at Mike Tyson as well. Look what happened to him. Where his money went.
No, he just blew a fortune, man. Ridiculous.
Spoke and everything, man. That's what I'm saying.
No doubt.
But Glenn Johnson seems smarter than Mike Tyson, and even him, he still has to be. He's fighting for dough. It's not good, man.
More than likely, it has to be the dough why he's still going in there.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't look.
Yeah, but that's what.
Wait. Kevin Johnson needed to do 3 weeks. Apollo, stop doing that, bro.
Yeah, you mess up the recording, man.
Yeah, recording. Stop doing that, right? Kevin Johnson, 4 weeks, right? 4 weeks. They gave him 4 weeks notice to find it. In the second week, he found Jeff Mayweather, right? And I saw the highlights. I thought, wow, he looks alright. But I didn't know that they only trained for about an hour or two a day. You know what I mean? Right? So when he went into the Tyson Fury fight, it was. Bruv, he wasn't supposed to win. That's what Kevin Fury was there yelling it out. You're not supposed to come over to beat me, you mug. You didn't even tell him.
Yeah, he told him.
You're the serious opponent.
Yeah.
You're the serious opponent. And the thing is, he even knows. See, Tyson Fury even knows what's going on. He was telling everyone the politics, how arrogant he is.
Did Jeff told you? Like he was telling you that they're just training 1-2 hours a day.
Yeah, of course. It was just there to get beat and rolled over. That's what he was there for, and that's what they do. Mix Hennessy. And the thing is, they offered him so much crazy loot from Channel 5. They offered him so much crazy loot that he couldn't turn it down. Crazy loot they offered him, right?
You can't turn it down. It's your only option. How are you going to say no?
Yeah, of course not. That's what. And the thing is, yeah. So now, but the thing is, yeah. Tyson Fury, he fought an elite fight. He was lucky that he didn't have a training camp, because I swear down, bruv, if he had a proper training camp with Jeff, he would have he would have been doomed, bruv. Because look what he did to him this day. You know what I mean? The whole crowd was sucked out.
What did he do to him? What did he do to him?
Wait, look, it's what Tyson Fury, what he did. Tyson Fury couldn't do what he wanted to do. He couldn't do what he wanted to. He wanted to knock him out, and that wasn't happening. And then he had to think of something else to do. You know what I mean? And the crowd, if you watch the fight, when we watched the fight together, they were sucked out. They wasn't like, oh, what's this? You know what I mean? You couldn't get him out. They couldn't do nothing with him.
It was an easy fight for Tyson Fury.
Yeah, if Thing had a training camp, then what do you think he would have done?
He would have performed a lot better. Like,
Yeah, a lot better. He would have.
That's all I can
He would have took it to him, bro. If only 2 weeks notice. That's all he did in 2 weeks. What do you think he'd done if he had a training camp? A proper training camp.
You know what?
It would have ate him alive. Fury was firing at all cylinders, and that's the best he could do. That's why George Grove ain't that good either. George Grove came firing all cylinders against Thing, and he couldn't even do nothing with Glenn Johnson. Right? So what do you think he's going to do against world opposition who's trained for him and everything? He's in trouble, mate. He's in a world of trouble, he is.
We'll see. We'll see when the time comes.
He ain't going to fight no one again. He's just going to stay hovering, get himself injured again, take another year out, maybe marry another girl again, and all kind of bullshit he's up to, man.
He should be fighting.
He's married, isn't he? He's happily married.
He should be fighting Arthur Abrahams and them guys next year, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they will fight Abraham, because Abraham's come to that stage where, I mean, look at him. He's a small ball away, short reach, been beat a few times. Frutch boxed him so easily, didn't he? I remember that fight. So
the girl should be challenging Abrahams next year.
No, I think I would say that Groves will get to him first. I'm predicting Groves will get to him first. But you know what? Let's see if any of them guys. Let's see if they got the guts to go for Durrell. Let's see if Durrell. Let's see if Frutch or DeGale. Sorry. Let me see if DeGale will grow.
Groves is not going in the ring with Durrell, because Durrell basically taught him how to box.
Yeah, he's
not going in the ring with him. I mean, because he knows what will happen. He knows what will happen.
But you know, Durrell, if those guys are real, like, so not even, I'm not talking about, not like DeGale Groves themselves, but if their teams are real, like if they really believe in their man, Durrell is that's the fight you should go for. Okay, if you need to have a few warm-up fights and tomato cans, okay, cool. But Durrell, that should be like in your head, that's like, we need to get him in 2013. And if you don't, then like you don't believe in your man, you know. So, but we'll see anyway. Like,
we'll see. Okay. All right. Well, I think we can wrap this one up now. I think everyone's got what they wanted out of the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got an interview later up with Thingy coming, man. What's his name again?
Steve.
Steve Cunningham coming up later on. So
right.
Stay tuned, people. We'll catch you on the rebound.
Big up.
Peace.
Thanks.
For all my underground crate collectors.
Money looking right, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, yeah, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. Yeah, my money looking right, yeah, my money looking right. I'm fresh, my money looking right. Dang, it's like my fucking life's fading. Trying to find hope in this life that I'm blazing. My time was amazing in the days when I was praying and good things was happening. But I just slept on the Lord, the devil's back again. And he want revenge for the times when I was slacking. And so I'm back in the kitchen whipping, cracking, in position, my mission. Listen, no riffing, trying to stack and whip. Hey, I'm coming at you on some real shit. Main aim on this track, make my niggas feel shit. My baby moms don't respect a nigga grinding. I ain't talking grinding dimes, I'm talking reciting rhymes. And I'm just trying to survive, do right by my son. Cause if you live by the knife, you might die by the gun. And shit, I'm trying to let my baby boy know just how much I love him, he will never know. So hey, money looking right, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, yeah, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, my money looking right. I'm fresh, money looking right. My money looking right, yeah, my money looking right. I'm fresh.